I did not think that was, I guess, yeah, because people have families when they immigrate and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I honestly,
Wait,
I'm not
do you think foreign born is the same as just people who have some type of like ancestry of immigration?
No.
Because it means that they were foreign born, the person who is foreign born.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I think that's just, I think that ideally we wouldn't have let in the amount of immigrants that we would have let in to have our nation be the sort of numbers that it's at right now.
Wait, you said that you want at like 20% of the population to be foreign born. So you want to increase the share of the population that's foreign born.
I don't know the numbers. That was just a random number. I have not looked specifically into these details to know what 20% looks like or 15%. This is just me just coming up with a number basically. But I mean, I think it should be less than what it is now. I think it should always be.
Now he's saying it should be less than what it is now. Okay.
Well, dude, you asked me to throw out a number. I don't even know the actual.
Why do you want less of the so you want less of the population to be like your grandparents?
To be foreign born? To be foreign born?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Foreign born.
You say your grandparents were foreign born, right?
Hold on. Hold on. I'm saying that people that are illegal and foreign born, there should be a lot less of those.
Wait. We were talking about legal immigration, okay?
And I'm talking about
increasing legal immigration.
Yeah, I was on one. No, I don't know why, but that slipped over my head that we weren't talking about illegal policies. I mean, like, dude, like legal immigration, there should be. Oh, so you're saying foreign born legal? Okay, immigrants. I mean, yeah, I think there should be somewhat of a cap. Like, I think we should be pretty selective with whoever we bring in from other countries, you know. But my thing, like I've been saying, is like really the illegal. That's the illegal immigration. I don't think should be happening.
That sort of selection process should have existed for your grandparents?
I mean, like, it was like I said earlier. It was just a different America. America was way more, you know. It was, like way more in unity to an extent with its values, with the amount of people.
Are you saying the level of immigration that allowed for your grandparents to get into the country made this country less unified?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I'm not, dude. Parker, you're acting like I'm
crazy, bro. That's crazy. Bro,
Parker, let me say this. Let me say this before you blow this up, bro.
You're talking about the type of immigration that allowed for your family to get into this country, and then you're sitting there and saying that your family in this country made this country less unified. That's what you're saying right now. You're saying your family and people who got into the country through the same process as your family. You're saying that makes the country less unified. I disagree with that. You know what I think makes the country less unified? When you support people like Donald Trump, not immigrants coming to our country.
Oh, come on, Parker, look, I never said, I literally have been saying this the whole time, that when you lower illegal immigration, yeah, and also my grandparents came here legally.
Legal immigration.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm catching up. Okay. Dude, like, I'm saying that immigration has its risks. That doesn't mean that immigration is all bad, but I'm saying to mitigate these risks, we should have a way more strict policy. So my grandparents are fantastic. My grandma and my grandfather are fantastic people. They came into this country not really knowing the language, and my grandmother, dude, so I'm very blessed to be your grandson. She's amazing. And my grandfather as well. They're great people. But that's not, you can't just say just because they're great people, that means we should just let everybody in. Kumbaya, campfire.
I never said everybody. I said people who haven't committed violent crimes and bad crimes.
But when it's illegal immigration, like,
hey, dude, I'm providing them a legal pathway. That's legal immigration. That's
your point. Yeah, I think that, you know, just because they haven't committed a violent crime, like, dude, there are people that haven't committed violent crimes in their countries, right? Because, you know, just like the Romans thought that Jesus was, you know, a Pharisee, and they were wrong. The same can be said about like different countries that hold different values than we do. So just because they didn't commit a violent crime in their country doesn't mean that doesn't mean they're good people. Doesn't mean that they should be worthy of entering our country. That's like the same thing of like somebody that had
what do you want them to have to go through?
That's what I'm saying.
What makes them worthy? If you don't think my process makes them worthy, give me a separate mechanism that would be able to identify who's worthy and who's not.
So dude, I'm not saying that I think your process is, you know, it's admirable because you understand it. Like, you understand, you know, the potential risks of immigration, of, you know, putting people in this country that are violent and stuff. So you understand that. The thing is that when it comes to making it more lenient to enter the country than not, and just as simple, did you go to jail? Have you been to jail? Like, you know, bad people that haven't been to jail, bro. Like, it's just like, why should they be let in just because they didn't spend a time in prison? You know, I don't think that says much. So, I mean, if that's your only thing, then no.
I mean, if someone has been held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, I wouldn't let them legally enter the country, would you?
Dude, he's freaking rich. When you're rich, you just know. I don't.
So someone who's rich who's been held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, you'd let them legally enter our country?
Dude, you're asking like kind of, I don't want to say irrelevant, but they're just off the mark. Like, dude, like obviously I don't know Trump personally. I don't know if he's done, you know, questionable things.
If someone is rich and they're trying to enter our country legally, and you get to determine whether or not they're allowed to legally enter the country, and every other way, everyone else says they're allowed legally, would you let them legally?
Just because they're rich and they're illegal? Like, they're rich just because. Sorry, my bad.
Dude, it's like you're not listening to me. Okay, I'm talking about a person going through the legal legal process.
Wait, so he's legal and he's rich. What's the problem? What are we?
They're going through the legal process. Would you let them legally enter the country if they were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman?
Oh, I mean, if they hadn't completed the legal process, no, they should be kicked. You're saying they're going through the legal process.
Yes.
Are they a citizen or are they not? Have they completed it?
You get to determine whether or not they're allowed legally into the country. You are the immigration officer that determines
he's not allowed.
Whether or not people are allowed legally into our country.
He's not allowed.
They are not currently in the country yet, and they are trying to legally enter our country. Would you let them legally enter our country if they were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman?
No. What? No, absolutely not.
Okay. But you'd let them become president of the United States?
Wasn't Trump was born here. So, I mean, like, that's kind of...
So, I'm asking, why would you say that someone shouldn't be allowed to legally enter the country, but they should be allowed to become president for the same thing?
Yeah, I think that, you know, at a certain point, when you have an option between two candidates and one just seems more fit to run the country, it's just like, dude, like, you think we're going to kick every single congressman who's done, you know, who's engaged in that kind of thing? Is that what you want? Because you have like half.
Yeah. I don't support a single person held civilly liable of sexual abuse. Yeah.
But would you wipe the government clear of anybody who's ever done something like that? Because we would. I mean, like, in what way? Would you just jail them all right now? Would you? Because if you think about it realistically, if you do that, there's reasons that you know doesn't happen. I feel like besides corruption, like if you were to say, dude, the amount of destabilization that would happen to our nation if every single congressman.
Oh yeah, if we kicked out rapists from the Oval Office, yeah, that would destabilize our nation. No, it wouldn't. You're being ridiculous. Okay.
I mean, like,
it would not destabilize our nation to kick people out of Congress who were held civilly liable of sexual abuse.
You have to understand, if we do it very quickly, then yeah, it would for a time.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Our country is currently destabilized. It would have to be a slow process. Our country is currently destabilized right now with a person held civilly liable of sexual abuse as the president.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying, and I agree that these people shouldn't be in office. I think that
Trump should be impeached. Get that motherfucker out.
I don't think he's doing, like, that's the thing. I don't want to agree with you. I'm up here to disagree with you. So I don't think he's doing like a fantastic, I think that his immigration policy is what I agree with. But I think he's just being really, we don't talk about that. But yeah, dude, when it comes to like, people in power are corrupt. They do these things. So it's just like, it would have to be a very slow process. And that's literally what a lot of people in America are trying to do. They're trying to put in people that actually, you know, are American, that, you know, believe in the country. They're not just corrupt people that are just, you know, I mean, oh, dude, no, I think that he was the best choice for candidate.
Name one corrupt person in Congress.
Oh, I just know that it exists. Like, I mean, like, freaking, I don't know if Nancy Pelosi's in Congress or, like, I think she is, but, like, maybe not, you know, maybe it was something, but, I mean, if you're going to ask me to go through what each politician has done, I'm not going to be able to come up with much, bro. I'm not going to lie to you here. But as far as like, I would kick all those people.
Can you tell me what corruption is?
What is corruption?
Yeah.
You want me to assign a definition to corruption?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or listen in a general sense, what do you think is corruption? I'm not going to be super hyper specific with you. I'm just asking like, in a general sense, how do you refer to corruption? Or like, what do you think would be corruption?
So, I mean, corruption would be sort of going against the ideals of the party that you are, that has faith in you, that has good faith in you, going against their ideals for, not some sort of feat, whether not a feat, but a reward, like a monetary award, or, it usually is for money, but like, just a benefit that they get, just going against the people. It's basically just doing things under the table for money that people don't know about that are illegal. But you're doing it in a government system, so you're utilizing the government system to make you more money, basically. Corruption in our government can be described as that.
Okay, so Trump dropping a meme coin, Trump using Truth Social in order to double his net worth, Trump literally getting a gold bar and a Rolex clock from Switzerland to then reduce tariffs on them.
Dude, at that point, he's just playing the game well. He's not really utilizing, he's not doing anything.
By the way, he defines corruption. I say how corruption, under his definition, would be applicable to Trump. And then he's like, you know what? Trump's just playing the game. What? Well,
he's not undermining the people of America when he's doing this.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. He's giving us an advantage over Switzerland. Like that's
not an advantage. How is that an advantage when he places a tariff on them to be able to get a gold bar and a Rolex clock? How does that benefit America?
I mean, like, you want to talk about tariffs now? I mean, is that like I guess it would benefit America because it's a tariff on Switzerland. Like, I don't.
He reduced the tariff, genius. He reduced the tariff to get a gold bar and a Rolex clock.
It's not illegal though. Like at that point, that's like
it's
rich
not illegal.
people.
That's his argument. His argument is that it's okay because it's not illegal, right? Is that your view?
Well, and it's not necessarily undermining American citizens. Like that's the same thing as like really rich people. They read the tax code. It is undermining
American citizens. You said tariffs would be beneficial to American citizens, so he's getting rid of something beneficial to Americans for a gift for himself.
Well, do you believe in tariffs, Parker? Like obviously tariffs.
I believe tariffs aren't beneficial, so I actually think it's a good thing to reduce the tariffs. But the issue is that he's the one who imposed the tariffs in the first place. Genius.
I love when you say genius. It's so funny, bro. You're like it's so funny. I know it's
the best way I can say it without getting flagged by TikTok. Okay.
Yeah, no,
it is the best way I can say it without getting flagged by TikTok. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, if he's not doing anything against the American, I mean, like, look, tariffs are up in the air, so we can't just say tariff is a binary good or not good. Like, you know what I mean? So it's not like, people solely using their place in government to do favors for other people under the table. That's not known. Like Trump is public about this. If he would have been, very private about it and did it under the table and in secrecy, that's a different story. You could raise some eyebrows there. But since he didn't, I don't think that's it's not the same as the corruption that I'm talking about. Or like, that's not really corruption, I don't think, in general.
It is corruption based on the definition you provided. What benefit does that have for America?
It doesn't really, I mean, like what is it, like a coin or something, like a stock? Is that what it is? If people see what's rising, they could flag it and like, I don't know, buy into it. So I mean, like people potentially can make money off it. Like, it's trade essentially. Like it's not, it's not like a binary good or evil act.
People can make money off of what? The tariff being implemented?
Isn't there now like a higher? See, that's the thing. You're walking me into a territory where I don't really know much about, but like, it doesn't some value of something go up when this happens, and people could. Is this not like a coin we're talking about, or is it gold? Gold, I guess, like
a gold bar and a Rolex clock to reduce tariffs. That is.
Dude, this sounds like it.
That is clearly going to be like Donald Trump engaging in corruption and getting gifts and bribes to reduce tariffs.
Oh, but is it for himself or for America?
That was for himself.
Oh, see, that's where I wouldn't. See, I'm an open-minded guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at that point, I would, raise an eyebrow and be like, okay, I mean, if it's not benefiting America, it's only benefiting him. Well, I mean, at the same time, you're going to clock a guy for getting his bread. You know what I mean? Like, that's like saying like a really rich guy who avoids taxes because he knows the game. He knows how to read tax code. That's like saying that he's unethical for doing so. Like, I don't think that's true. He just knows he's a guy that's knowledgeable and knows how to make more money than less. So I don't think we should penalize that.
You don't want to penalize Donald Trump getting bribes from foreign countries?
I mean, like, bribes to do what, though?
Reduce tariffs here.
So, I mean, like,
So he imposes tariffs on countries just so that he can get bribes?
Yeah, so, I mean, he's kind of acting on what he thinks is the not beneficial for the average American citizen, so I guess put a little more money in his pocket. Because in his eyes, right, tariffs are good. So, I mean, in that case, no, I think that that's, maybe it could be. I don't think it was under my definition, but I think you could sort of label that as some sort of, corruption, I guess. But, like, regardless, bro, immigration to me is a very,
Can I ask you this question? Name one immigration policy the Democrats support that you disagree with.
Oh no. It's the overall more leniency than not of illegal immigration that I don't agree with.
Hey, dude, they're not that lenient. Democrats still deport those that have not committed violent crimes and bad crimes. That's something I disagree with them on. They just want to make the legal process go quicker. So tell me, what about their immigration policy do you disagree with?
That's the thing. I'm not even saying that I don't agree with Democrats on this. I'm saying my opinion in terms of saying that less illegal immigration is better, and we should have the least amount of illegal immigration possible, and the most vetting, I think, for legal immigrants as possible. I'm not here to quote Democrats, and you know what I mean. That's not my point. So.
Hey, I mean, Democrats still want to deport undocumented immigrants. Okay, that still happens under Democratic policy. So if you don't know how,
and you don't agree with that, you don't agree with that,
dude. I disagree with the Democrats' immigration policy. I just agree with them more comparative to Republicans. So the point that I would make is that if you can't mention any of the immigration policy that you actually disagree with on behalf of Democrats, how could you use immigration policy to say that you support Trump?
I think that that's irrelevant. I know that Trump has a more harsh immigration policy, so I'm going to go with him versus Kamala Harris. That's all it is. I'm not saying that I'm going to write a annotated bibliography on Democratic policy.
But if you don't know the distinction between how it's harsh, that doesn't mean that you're going to support it, because there are definitely harsh things that you could do that you disagree with.
Well, are you going to tell me that Democrats let less illegal immigrants into the country than Trump?
I would say specifically that they would be able to focus on, violent crimes and bad crimes to a greater extent comparative to Republicans, as they have a priority.
So they would let less immigrants into the country is what you're saying?
I don't think they have a difference on terms.
Oh, sorry. They would let more. Democrats would let more immigrants into the country is what you're saying?
I don't think there's a difference in terms of undocumented immigrants. Hey, Chad, like there's like that one fucking, okay, that person's a troll. I'm just going to.
Are we being serious right now? Are we being serious right now?
I'm just going to kick you because you're going to act like an idiot. After I just explained that it was one troll.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Are you talking to me? Why me? I mean, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, is there, we kind of already conflated not conflated, but we've kind of hammered the immigration thing. I mean, for me, it's just a set of, national values that we should aim to keep and not conflate with values of other nations. I don't think that contributes to the benefit of America.
Is there anything Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
I mean, like, I support his immigration policy, and I support him versus Kamala.
Thank you. I didn't know you support his immigration policy. Wow, thank you. Now, can you tell me one thing Donald Trump could do that could get you to stop supporting him? Jesus Christ, answer my question.
I thought you were going to be nice to me for a second.
No, dude, you're being ridiculous at this point. I've been way too nice to you, honestly.
Oh, okay. Jeez. No, okay. So with I mean, there's things that Trump could do for me to stop, I guess, supporting him. But I mean, I think when it's a comparative thing. Like, if he's up against someone who's lesser qualified to run the nation, if he proves to me that he's not...
Is there anything Donald Trump could do against Kamala Harris in a presidential election that would get you to support Kamala Harris over Donald Trump?
Yeah, if he doesn't align with my ideals anymore. If he doesn't align with what I think a president should be.
Be specific.
I mean, if he goes ahead and says that he wants to run a Marxist society and change our nation to communism, if he does something like that. So, I mean, like...
If he called for the execution of some Democrats, would you still support him?
There's no way. There's no way.
If he did, if he called for the execution of some Democrats, would you still support him?
Okay, you're gonna explain this to me, so I guess it'll make sense. But no, I would not support him if he called for execution of Democrats. That's insane. I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy.
Okay. So he actually literally did. Okay, you can look at Truth Social.
No way, bro.
He reposted someone saying HANG them. George Washington would. I'm not making this up. This is totally real. Go to his Truth Social. Yeah. Yeah, I can play you a video.
Bro?
Yeah, I'm not.
This is such a mess. This is such a mess, bro. Who would you have run the country? Who would you have run the country if it wasn't Donald Trump?
Kamala Harris. I'd prefer Kamala Harris.
Oh God, really? You would have got name a Democratic person that you'd say I want him or her. You know, but like I think there were better candidates for the Democratic Party besides Kamala Harris.
Okay, I mean, I agree with progressives to a greater extent, like AOC, but like the point I would make is that I would take Kamala Harris over Donald Trump in a heartbeat.
You don't think she's less like qualified? Like, I don't know.
Why do you think she's unqualified?
I mean, like, you know, Big Joe literally said he's gonna get a woman of color. Like, he already, you know what I mean? So just whoever fit that mold. That
doesn't mean he only picked her, one, because she's a black woman, but it means that one...
She's not even black, bro. She's not even black.
She is black. She is black. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you what do you mean she's not black? What the hell are you saying? Seriously, what the fuck? Come back into the app. I can't hear you when you're out of the app. Come back into the app.
Hold on. You hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know. I thought that she was. I didn't know she was African American. I thought she was like black, Indian, like, you know, like a whole mix of things.
Yes, she is black and she's also Indian. Yes.
Okay, I mean she's okay. So is she more Indian than black? Or what is she? Like, is she?
Oh my God, bro, she is. Her dad, right, is Afro-Jamaican. And her mom is...
Oh, okay. I just saw it.
Okay. So biracial people exist.
Oh, I forgot about them. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no. So, okay, yeah, I got that. Yeah, so he said it was a woman of color. Like, he already... And that was before she was selected. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to select a woman of color.
No, so like all he's doing is telling society a characteristic of the person that he's going to pick, not that he's only picking someone that meets that criteria. And by the way, him picking someone who meets that criteria doesn't mean they're unqualified. You're assuming that black women are unqualified as a whole. No. If you're making that argument, that's your assumption.
Hold on, that's obviously not what I'm saying.
I'm saying that when she was unqualified because Biden picked her because she's a black woman.
Okay, so you're gonna let me talk now? You're kind of just talking over me right now.
Yes, but I was clarifying. Jesus Christ.
You're good. Dude, Christ, it's kind of harsh, but...
Oh my God, dude, you're such a snowflake, dude. It's unbelievable, man.
No, that was a joke. But, yeah, regarding... That's like saying I'm only going to select a left-handed candidate. Ultimately, your pool is now cut in half of qualified candidates. So you think that they're... So why are you shaking your head? This is just simple logic.
If you say I'm going to pick someone who is left-handed, that doesn't mean that you don't have someone selected already. It just means that the person that you've picked literally does have that quality. Okay?
So that's what you think.
By the way, if you pick someone who's left-handed, there are plenty of qualified left-handed individuals, okay?
I'm left-handed. I like left-handed people, but like, no, I'm just because now you're changing the goalpost. You were assuming originally that it was like, oh, it was before she was selected. He said that, but that doesn't change the how qualified she is. And I gave you a very simple logic. If you basically cut half the world and said you only have to choose from people with certain characteristics, then there'd be less qualified people. And then you just said whatever you just said. But like, yeah, like you have a lesser pool.
Qualified people that meet the criteria. Right, so I don't know what your point is.
You can't.
You said that she was unqualified.
There's just a greater risk, sure, of her being unqualified, and I think that there.
Wait. So is she unqualified?
I mean, like, I would have to dive into her.
Do you even know what her qualifications are?
Yeah, I know she ran. I think she was a governor. I want to say
a governor?
California. Not a governor, but you know what I mean. She ran something in California, I want to say, right? California.
Ran something in California is not a point, okay? She was attorney general. She handled crime. She was attorney general. She was district attorney. Right. She was a senator. Okay? So we can point to many things that she did that show that she's qualified. Can you name any of Trump's qualifications?
Well, I mean, in terms of government, dude, I'm not saying that. Yeah, bro. I mean, like, he was a very, very uber successful businessman. Like, he knows capitalism well. He kind of seems like he was going to be the one to be anti-corruption. He's just a businessman. He's an honest.
We already showed how he did corruption earlier. I'm asking qualifications, not that he's going to be doing. Wait. You saying he's going to do the certain thing? That's not a qualification. I'm asking what are his qualifications? All you've said is businessman.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, I mean, like, that I could. He just has, like, a lot of money and a lot of success and knows capitalism very well. And, like, yeah, I mean, he has policies.
That qualifications.
He doesn't have past government experience, but like, does that necessarily
mean
he
doesn't have qualifications?
But I mean, like, you think that just because somebody had the job of
wait, you just said that Kamala Harris is not qualified, but then you mentioned multiple more qualifications that Kamala Harris has than Donald Trump. And by the way, in being a businessman, he inherited $400 million from his dad, and he bankrupted 6 different times, including at least 2 casinos.
Well, I mean, it's the people that were choosing to, like, did you notice there was really not much of a Democratic race? Like, it was really just Kamala Harris. There wasn't like a Democratic primary like there was a Republican. Like, they just didn't have any. I don't know why. Like, I really have no clue why. Yeah, please. I'd love to know.
Yes. So, Kamala Harris was the vice president, okay? On the incumbent ticket. The primary voted for the Biden-Harris ticket, which means if Biden steps down, Harris steps up. 1, that's a set of circumstances that exist because we're running an incumbency, and that's what would happen regardless. 2, no one decided to run against her. 3, 80% of the Democratic Party was satisfied with her being the nominee. Okay? People wanted her to be the nominee. What's your point? If you care about a primary process, if you care about democracy, why would you support a guy that called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution, literally undermines the 2020 election results, said that the 2020 election was rigged with no evidence when 60-plus courts indicated that he was wrong?
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously, those aren't good things, not gonna lie. You know, I would still choose him over Kamala, though. And, like, I'm changing the goalpost, you're right, because I was saying he was qualified, right? Is that what you're saying?
I want to play you this video of Donald Trump calling for the execution of some Democrats.
The president...
Hold up, and I want you to tell me, after watching this video, that you still support Donald Trump. Let's see if you do.
Oh, it's Dean!
Yep, Dean Withers.
Big fan of his. Look at him, he looks so nice.
I know, right? All in a suit.
Yeah. Of the United States of America, Donald Trump is now demanding the execution, more specifically the hanging, of any Democrat urging our military to ignore any unlawful order given to them by him. I can't believe that this is a real video. I never thought I would be reporting this headline in my life. And just to clarify, you heard me right. If you want members of our military to honor their oath and uphold the Constitution, then Donald Trump wants you dead. So here's everything that you need to know. Donald Trump posted this on Truth Social. He responded to a post published by the
Let me make it larger so that you can see.
Oh, dude, you're such a nice guy. Thank you.
Washington Examiner titled, Democratic Veterans in Congress Urge Service Members to Refuse Unspecified Unlawful Orders, by saying that this is really bad and dangerous to our country and that their words cannot be allowed to stand. He then followed that up with a second post that reads, this is seditious behavior, punishable by death. And then he reposted a comment that reads, quote unquote, hang them, George Washington would. This is the most dystopian thing I've ever seen. Donald Trump is becoming a dictator, full stop. And Republican...
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Is that a reason not to support him anymore? You said that you wouldn't support him if that was true. Now that you've seen that it's true, do you not support him anymore?
Dude, we live... I just can't call for the... I mean, like, I'm not going to be like, that's the greatest guy ever. That's a cool-ass dude. Like, not really.
But you'd still support him?
If I got to choose between him and Kamala Harris, then I'm going to choose the person I think is better fit to run the country. That's like separating the art from the heart.
Hey, dude, you before, when I just told you about it, said you wouldn't support him. And now that you've actually seen it's applicable to him, you say, oh, I'm still willing to support him regardless. You have a cult-like mentality. Stop. You have cult-like mentality. You will literally support him regardless. You just said you wouldn't support him based upon that idea, and then now do still support him, given that you know that it's applicable to him.
It's like the greater.
You only will not support him if you know that it's not applicable to him.
If you can get me a Republican candidate that's, of similar qualities, then like. Yeah, it's just when it comes to the greater good of a nation.
I'm sorry. I said over Kamala Harris earlier, and you said you still wouldn't support Trump.
Over Kamala? No, you didn't say that.
Yes, I did.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Oh, dude, I do not think Kamala would run a good...
You couldn't even name one policy of Kamala Harris's that you disagree with.
You're so right. You're kind of catching me here. But, I just don't agree with democratic, more liberal policies like immigration and
name one specific policy Kamala Harris advocated for that you disagree with.
No. So let me just say values, because I don't know specific policies, but values.
Okay, I'm gonna just go on to the next person. This is such a waste of time, dude. Such a waste of time. Emily, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Get some W's for Emily in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. G, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yes, thank you so much. My girlfriend got it for me. Benjamin, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Get some W's for Benjamin in the comment section as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much for the $5 as well. Thank you. Kathy, thank you so much for the $24.20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Honestly, I don't know at this point. I don't know. Samantha, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. April, thank you so much for the $5. Shelly, thank you for the $10. And Paul, thank you so much for the $33.33. Give me some W's for Paul in the comment section right now. Thank you so much for the $33.33. Thank you so much, Paul. Shannon, thank you for the $10 as well. Thank you so much. W's for Shannon. I really appreciate it. Thank you. As well as Rachel, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much, Rachel. I think I'm fully caught up there. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Let's get the next person up here real quick, and then I do have a few people to thank on YouTube. Only do send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen, everybody. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm sorry, you broke here.
Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria. Again, listed on that TikTok screen. If you're on YouTube, again, hit that thumbs up, everyone. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
No, I'm just trying to get a W poll in the chat.
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, I'm 20.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
And what's your birth year?
2005, October 10.
And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I would vote for Trump.
Alrighty. I have a few people to think, and then we can move on to our conversation. Give me a second. I have a few people to think. Let's go into the next, or onto the donations real quick. Give me 1 second. Tyler, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate you. Some W's for Tyler in the comment section right now for the $5. Thank you so much. Mayflower, thank you so much for the $2. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. CC, thank you so much for the £5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Give some W's for them as well in the comments. Mike, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate it. The cognitive dissonance is on Olympic levels. I know, right? Hinata, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5 as well. Thank you so much, Hinata. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Silence, thank you for the $2. Is the only stream that's happening today? Yes, my stream is, this is my only stream happening today. I'm doing earlier today. We're going to hit 4 hours, and Dean will probably be on by the time I get off. Ibot, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $50 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. No, literally though. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And they never acknowledge that too. Thank you so much, Ebot. I really appreciate the $50 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. Give me some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. Proud, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5 as well. Thank you so much. No, I probably should have. Daniel, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. Thank you. Glampire, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Honestly true. Rabbit, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10 as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. No, definitely don't do that if you can't. I really appreciate it though. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Alakay, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Daves, thank you so much for the $5 as well. Thank you. Andy again with the $15. Thank you so much again. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Give me some W's for all the gifters in the comment section. If you want to support me as always, Venmo, PayPal, Linktree in the bio, as well as the description of YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. I still don't have my Cash App, everyone. It's still down, just letting everyone know. But Baca, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. They said vote in Tennessee today, people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Alrighty. So, why do you support Donald Trump?
Well, I support his tax cuts policy a lot. His immigration policies. No.
Okay, what about his tax cuts? I can't hear when you swipe out of the app. Hello? Alrighty, we don't hear them currently. We might have to go on to the next person. Hello? Okay, he just left. Alrighty, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go to the next individual. Again, everybody only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Okay, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Alrighty, do give it a second, everyone.
I love you, Maga. I love you.
Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. Again, everyone, we are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Why does that matter, bro? You a bitch.
Okay, do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I'd probably vote for West.
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi.
How old are you?
It's my birthday. Can you say happy birthday?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
And do you support Trump?
Yeah, I would say I do support Trump, yeah.
Okay, and what's your birth year?
2007.
And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Probably Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Well, before I tell you why, can I just say one thing real quick? Like, all right, so I already debated Dean 3 times, and I cooked him, and I'm about to go 4 for 4 and cook you.
I guarantee you didn't beat him at all, but that's embarrassing.
I
You
beat
felt like
him.
you had to mention that.
All right, listen. So I support Trump because he most fits my ideological beliefs. I would say I'm more of an individualist in the center, but I lean more towards Trump because he fits my ideological beliefs.
Okay, and what ideological beliefs?
I'm something called a neo-libertarian phalangist.
Can you just tell me why you support Trump?
Because he most fits neo-libertarian phalangism as an ideological principle.
What's the last word? I don't even know what that means.
Neo-libertarian phalangist.
Yeah, I don't know what the last word is supposed to mean.
A phalangist is a type of national syndicalist.
Wait, so then that doesn't make any sense. That would be contradictory. Then.
What do you mean? What? So you're saying the movement,
hold
which
on,
happened in
Let
Spain...
me clarify. Let me clarify. By syndicalism, are you referencing like a form of socialism?
Co-op, not socialism. Co-ops.
Co-ops are socialism. Okay.
Well, not every socialist...
If you believe in co-ops, then you are to the left of the Democratic Party,
No,
not
I'm
to the right.
socially right.
Okay.
I'm socially right. I believe in a secure
so
border.
you vote for your social beliefs over your economic views?
Yeah, obviously, because I'm a neo-libertarian phalangist. I literally created the movement.
That doesn't make
I
any
have a
sense.
manifesto. I have
Wait, by the way,
merchandise.
that's an economic view, not a social view. So give me your social view, not your economic view then.
My social view is conservatism.
Okay, like be specific. Well, what specific social views do you have that are conservative that override your economic views? I don't even know why you'd come up and tell me your economic views if you don't even vote on them. That makes no sense.
Because it's part of neo-libertarian phalangism. I'm trying to explain my ideology to you because you asked me to define the word phalangism.
Okay, I think you're trolling. I'm just gonna kick you and go on to the
I
next
swear
person.
I'm not trolling. I'm not even kidding. Everybody.
I don't care. I'm pretty sure you are. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Again, everyone who are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Am I on?
Yeah.
Oh, 18.
And do you support Trump?
No, I don't even know how I got on.
Okay. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen.
Don't kick
Yo, what's up?
me,
How old are you?
please. No, I just wanted to say I love you and Dean. Please don't kick me.
Appreciate you. Rachel, thank you so much for the money gun. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen, everyone. Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
40.
Do you support Trump?
Yep.
And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who'd you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
He's an American first president.
Okay, name one America First policy of his that you like.
Every single policy he's ever done is the greatest thing.
Could you name a specific policy?
Sure. The investment into Venezuela.
Do you mean into Argentina?
Yeah, my bad.
That's not America First, because understand that the investment into Argentina would be a different country, right? Alrighty, let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
No, I'm a retired disabled veteran. I live in the state of Minnesota. Anyway, I don't like the way Tim Wall, he lets the Somalians steal all the money.
Wait, sir, so do you support Trump?
I support him, but then I don't support him because you know how us. You know good.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming up. I am just looking for some debates with people who specifically do support Donald Trump.
will prevail. Neo-libertarian falangism will prevail.
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
They'll give you the right one and then they'll...
All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We were just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 40.
What's your birth year?
1965.
That was horrible math. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Again, everyone, we are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello.
How old are you?
18. I know I sound English. I moved to America about 3 years ago, so I have a British accent. Sorry, I'm from Ohio.
You live in Ohio? What's the time?
Fine, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm British, but I really wanted to talk.
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Would you rather be MAGA or a neo-libertarian phalangist? You can only pick one.
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to join.
You're good. You're good. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, I'm so sorry. I love you, Paka.
Appreciate you. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen.
Gonna run?
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
25.
And what's your birth year?
2000, man. Are you gonna run or are you gonna?
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris.
I'm voting for my president, bro. Are you voting for the president? He's the president of the United States. Why do you not support?
Why do you support
president
Trump?
of the United States?
Why do you support Trump?
Why do you not support him?
He was held civilly liable for sexual abuse. He bragged about walking in the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent. He said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. His big, beautiful bill cuts 420,000 children off of free school lunch and breakfast on average every month. Over 2.5 million people on average every month off their access to food stamps. And over 10 million people off their access to health insurance, while adding $3.4 trillion to the debt.
Do you get food stamps? Do you eat? Have you ate today, Parker? Have you ate?
No.
So, okay. I actually believe you because you're working. So actually, this is work, right? You get paid. How does this work? Do you pay taxes via this? How do you pay taxes, actually, Parker?
Why are you asking me about my taxes? Do you want to answer my questions?
Well, you're not answering my question. I was just wondering how you contribute to our society, since you're wondering how he contributes to our society.
Yeah, I pay taxes. I have a business, and I pay taxes.
Yeah, but you get donations from here, right? I just assume that this does not go to our taxes. I actually know it doesn't go to our taxes.
How?
A donation via PayPal does not go to your taxes, buddy.
Yes, it does. I pay taxes.
No, it does not. So whatever state you live in, it literally does not go to your state, nor does it go to federal taxes. Actually, working class like me. Hold on, Parker. Actually, working people like me probably pay more taxes than you. So I'm just wondering where you get all this this jargon from, this bigotry. Actually, to be honest.
Are you trolling?
No, I'm being dead serious, man. I pay more taxes than you, so I honestly don't feel like you should be on the internet talking crazy about our president.
Paying more taxes wouldn't mean that you have more of an opinion.
No, I guess to make a better, clearer example is that I would probably know more people that would even qualify for government assistance than you, and that you're advocating for something that you do not practice what you preach. In other words, brother, do you understand?
I do. I live in LA. I pay taxes in LA.
Yeah, but do you get government assistance in LA?
No.
Oh, okay. Would you say that you're a lobbyist, Parker?
No. Would you like to tell me why you support Trump?
How would you? Oh, well, because he doesn't support lobbyists like you. I'm pretty sure he doesn't pay you, does he? Does Trump pay you?
Give me something legitimate. I actually want to have a conversation about why you support Trump. I don't want to have some meta.
All right. I like how he. All right, you're right, man. You're right. All right. I like how he handles business. Actually, I like his economic practices.
Name an economic view of Trump's you like.
Man, those tariffs, man. The way that they just make our economy it makes it flourish.
Can you tell me what a tariff is?
Yeah, pretty much a tariff would be if I just want to make it competitive, I would tax you to make you not be able to compete with me, just because I'm like that.
Okay, that's not what a tariff is. A tariff's a tax on an imported good. Okay. Is this supposed to be like...
It's literally a tax, dude. If you're importing something, it's a tax.
Hey, dude.
What's up?
Are you trolling? Can you just admit right now?
Nah, bro, I'm being... All right. So a tariff is a tax on imports. Okay. Really not even a tax.
There's no way you're this stupid. I don't believe it.
What are you talking about?
I don't believe that you are just going to do that and then laugh right after, right? And that's like a legitimate argument from you. Like, I don't believe that. Can you actually be serious?
All right, man. All right, we can calm down with the ad hominems. Again, I answered your question of tariff.
I came on my live saying that like I'm a lobbyist and that I'm not paying taxes. Like, instead of actually telling me why you...
It does not contribute to our society. Okay, you get on here.
Is this
you
your
spread your
method
views.
of rage bait?
No, I'm just saying you have the First Amendment, brother. You can do this, but I'm just saying you get paid to do this, and it's kind of crazy because it could go to actual things, right? It could go to people being fed, like you complain about, but it gets donated to Parker. So I mean, I don't know.
You're assuming that people who donate to me don't spend their money on helping other people as well. You're also assuming I don't do that as well. Also, we're advocating for that here. Okay, and I do pay taxes, right? So I believe in the system and I pay taxes into the very system that I believe in.
Yes, Parker, but your labor does not directly contribute to society that's pretty much the premise is what I'm saying. This person that works and puts my pavement on the ground, I respect that and I honor that because he made this road, okay, Parker? All you did was just spread bigotry and jargon to all this generation for money, which is pretty much a lobbyist.
What bigotry?
You're the definition of a lobbyist, brother.
What bigotry and what jargon?
Literally, your opening segue to why you don't support the president was just, and honestly, they're headlines, okay? They're headlines, they're tabloids that you've read, okay? I understand it, but again, it's lobbyist propaganda.
I'm waiting. What's the bigotry and jargon? Be specific.
Brother, did you not just hear what I said? When you asked me why I support him, you just named all the headlines. I don't keep track of the headlines that you keep track of. So if you want to reiterate them, to get your clip, you can do that.
I'm asking you, what is the bigotry and jargon that I engage in?
Play the clip back, Parker. You'll hear it, brother. You literally accused him actually and did propaganda, all types of crazy things. You said how he messes with the economy, so forth and so forth.
Okay, can you tell me what bigotry is?
So yeah, bigotry would just pretty much be something someone would spew just because they hate an opposing side. Really nothing. It's just rhetoric.
Okay,
right? It's just rhetoric and
that's
jargon.
Not what bigotry is.
Bigotry is literally it's hatred rhetoric. Would you agree with that, Parker?
I don't think that bigotry is just seen as hateful rhetoric. I don't think that when I'm saying I hate Nazis, that's bigotry. I don't think that's bigotry. So let's just be.
But why are we talking about Nazis though? How do we? And then why do we then compare the president to that? Right? Why would you do that, Parker? Would you say that is propaganda? Listen, I know you're in the hot chair right now. So I'll just kind of just take it down a notch. All right, I'm sorry because you're used to just talking to children, and you're not really used to talking to a conscious, coherent person. So
I'm not doing that right now either. Would you like to actually give me a real argument? You just come up with my life. It sounds like you're trolling, genuinely. Okay. I'm giving you the ability to give me an actual argument or to just admit you're trolling. You can go for it if you like. I don't want to waste my time.
So this is trolling, but what you do every day and get paid is not trolling?
No, obviously not.
And it contributes to society?
This does contribute to society. Yes, it does. Can you stop?
But if I'm trolling, then how would?
Hey, dude. It sounds like you're just making points like that to either rage bait, troll, or do random stuff. I genuinely want to have a dialogue about why you support Trump. Man. I don't care about this meta conversation that you want to come up on my live stream and engage in.
All right, I understand. Do you think the government should supply stuff like healthcare and food like that? Just a regular necessity? Okay, do you understand that that's socialism and communism?
Can you define socialism?
Socialism would be like someone live streaming every day saying that they would like children to eat, but they don't do anything to make sure children eat. That sounds like socialism to me.
You didn't provide me a definition.
I provided an example. I provided an example for
I want a definition. Also, I'm not a socialist. And saying that I don't do anything to provide
like children to eat, but they don't do anything to make sure children eat. That sounds like
definition. Also, I'm not a socialist. And saying that I don't do anything to provide
nations go. Would you be comfortable? Communism would pretty much be a go-get chicken for the month. Would you agree with that, Parker?
Communism is a stateless, classless, and moneyless society. There's no money in communism. If you're talking about socialism is when the workers control the means of production. Providing healthcare and food for the constituents of the population does not meet the definition of socialism or communism.
Yeah. So that's not, you just said that, did you just hear that you just said in a communistic society, so China and Cuba, that they don't have any income, they don't have any currency? You just said that, and to a child that would sound...
China themselves does not consider their economy communist nor socialist.
Okay.
They think that they're going to achieve socialism by 2050. That's actually what China themselves says. There is not.
What about Cuba though?
Cuba doesn't.
What about any country that needs currency? Like you just said, again, rhetoric and bigotry. You just said a bold lie, brother. You just said that they have no currency, which one would believe that because obviously in this society that you're preaching, because you pretty much say and glorify how you do not like the government. But in this society, in a socialistic and communistic society, that's who's controlling everything. Literally, they're going to tell you what you're going to eat.
Communist. They're not. They ideologically are communist and want to achieve that as an end goal, but they are not currently in a communist society.
So if you cry every day about people not having assistance right now, then why would you want for them to be able to be able to control everything? Does that make sense to you, Parker?
I don't believe in controlling everything. I'm not a communist nor a socialist. And by the way, that's not what communism or socialism is. But I am advocating for people to have access to food and healthcare. Okay, and I think that that's an important, basic, fundamental right of every human being. Do you believe that there's a basic human fundamental right to healthcare and to food?
No. I don't believe that at all. I wouldn't even say I believe that religiously. Nowhere in the Bible does it say anything about that. It just says pray and ask for stuff and you may receive it possibly. So I don't go around thinking that my president is going to just give me food out of nowhere. Like, if anything, I'm thinking God's going to give me food, brother.
What are the first four books of the New Testament?
What are the first new books of you got the Gospels, so you got Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Like what?
Okay.
Does that make you happy, brother? Why are you?
Yeah, I honestly just wanted to clarify that you even knew that because I thought you were probably trolling and saying that. But
yeah, you just wanted a gotcha moment.
And
I get
the
it.
Gospel. It is just one.
But where do you get your morale at? Actually, since we're speaking of this, because as I mentioned, I get mine from
psychological preferences. Can we talk about like your particular views on politics, please?
But this is politics, though.
You're saying Jesus would vote against people's access to food stamps? Is that what your view is?
I would say that the Bible actually called for a Christian to obey their government. It actually tells people, it talks about rulers, etc., etc. So it tells people how to behave.
So Jesus should have abided by Roman law?
Clearly, Jesus Jesus was abide by the law because he's, we obviously know who. First of all, do you believe in Jesus as your Lord and Savior, Parker?
No.
So I got to understand where you're.
I believe Jesus existed as a person, but not as a God.
Oh, so all right. So I can't even. So at this point, I have to gauge this conversation a certain way because you're not even a believer, and I'm having a Christian biblical conversation with a non-believer at this point. Mm-hmm. Can you acknowledge that, Parker?
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, that would reveal that that's a disingenuous conversation, partner, and that you just revealed that.
Dana, thank you so much for the dollar. Really appreciate it, Dana. Thank you. Cassie, thank you so much for the $6.67 for $5 plus 33% for Uncle Sam. Thank you. Tom, thank you for the $25. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Jojo, I appreciate the $5 as well. Thank you. Thing is, I don't know, honestly. Benjamin, thank you so much for the dollar. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Benjamin. Ruth, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Araceli, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $10 as well. Alex, thank you for the dollar as well. Thank you so much. Wombly with the $100. Thank you so much. Some W's for Wombly in the comment section right now for the $100 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much, Wombly. They said what you do is infinitely valuable, Parker. Thank you so much. Some W's for Wombly in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Thank you very much. Heather as well. Thank you for the $5. Sean, thank you so much for the $20. I've not found a job yet. Nope, don't have any job. Thank you so much. Feisty, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Net Dynamic, thank you so much for the $10 as well. Tyler, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Mayflower, thank you for the $2. CC, thank you so much for the £5. I really appreciate it. Mike, thank you so much for the $10. Iron, thank you for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Literally buzzword after buzzword after buzzword with no substance. Totally. And then Taylor, thank you so much for the 50 cents. Thank you. And Ruth, thank you for the $10. Alrighty. You have anything of substance to say before I just go on to the next person, honestly?
Yeah, sure. Do you think it makes America look weak when you just pretty much say we have a dictator and stuff like that, and then you make those comparisons?
I don't necessarily think I said that he's currently a dictator, but I do think that he engages in actions that, historically speaking, dictators have done so, such as calling for the execution of his political opponents.
Yeah, when you say that, actually, you're just referencing a retweet. Just for context,
I'm referencing a repost of his. He reposted HANG
right.
that George Washington would have. He also said that seditious behavior was punishable by death, and that he thinks that they engaged in said behavior.
Okay. I have another question. It's this artist, right? He ripped his ear off, all types of crazy stuff. He made that one. Have you ever seen the picture of the guy screaming and all that stuff in the ear? Right, the scream picture. When you look at that picture, would that pretty much make you want to do that? In other words, what I'm saying is just because of a retweet, do you really think that was serious? That's why I asked for context. And that's actually why I didn't want to have...
Even if it's not serious, I still think it's enough of a threat to say that you shouldn't support him.
All right, sure. I'll concede that. I'll concede that at one point. My next point would be, how do you feel about...
you concede that point so you don't support Trump?
No, I was saying, because I was cooking you for so long, I would just let you, you know what I mean? I would just let you have that.
You didn't cook me on a single point.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I really had you just sitting there, bro. You really had nothing to say because, it was all true. But speaking, how do you think about the due process? Because I know
you an argument and you just said that you conceded.
What was your argument, Parker?
We were talking about how Donald Trump engaged in calling for the execution of some Democrats.
Via tweet, right?
Okay, would you be okay with Kamala Harris or Joe Biden calling for the execution of some Republicans via tweet?
Now, if they literally, in quote, tweeted that, I would be like, man. But if it was a retweet...
Wait, so you'd be okay?
I'm like, man, what if their fingers...
You'd be okay with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden reposting someone calling for the execution of some Republicans?
I just said if they literally said that, then no.
If they reposted it?
If they reposted it, then it's a repost because they didn't even say it, right?
So if I reposted someone calling for the death of Donald Trump, you'd be okay with that?
That's a question that you should ask the Homeland Security. I don't know why you're asking me as if I'm an agency.
I'm asking you based upon your own view because I'm trying to see if you hold this consistently.
But I'm trying to tell you the agencies that I don't have, right? That doesn't, the relevancy is not there. That's why I was pretty much saying the tweet and all that, because it's really irrelevant once you realize that it's a tweet and that it was on social media. Imagine you saying, okay, I'm going to run for president, and we just run back all these clips, and you just become president. Would you be okay
with me?
Would anyone take you serious, Parker?
Hey, I'm going to ask you the question one more time. Okay? And if you do not answer, I will kick you from the stream because you're clearly, at this point, I'm just going to consider you being unserious. Okay? If I reposted Donald calling for the execution of Donald Trump, would you be okay with that?
Nah.
No, you wouldn't. Okay. But then why are you okay with it when Donald Trump does that in reference to some Democrats?
I don't recall I ever said I was okay with it.
Are you saying
I just said
you
that
hold
was the
me to a
president?
higher standard than the president of the United States?
Why would I hold you to a higher standard? It doesn't even make sense, Parker. All I'm saying is, again, the context is that it was a retweet, and that if we're gonna be serious, did anything even happen after that retweet? You're talking about a man that almost got assassinated twice, Parker. You do realize that, right, Parker?
And you realize that that's not creating a better set of circumstances by calling for the execution of others? So, okay, if Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, after that happened, called or reposted someone calling for the execution of Donald Trump, would you say that a reasonable person, would still support them?
Dude, didn't you and Dean make fun of that guy? Like, didn't you guys make fun of that man? And like, you guys, oh my gosh.
No, we didn't.
Oh my, a parade in your guys'
Would you like to respond?
Like, that was my response. Like, that was my response. I don't know.
Do I need to restate the question?
Sure.
After the assassination attempt against Donald Trump, if Kamala Harris and Joe Biden reposted someone calling for the execution of Donald Trump, would a reasonable person still support them?
No, but they can't.
No,
First off, it's a hypothetical. They won it and they can't.
So then,
they won it and they can't.
Are you calling yourself unreasonable because you still support Donald Trump?
No, I'm calling you unreasonable.
Are you calling yourself unreasonable because you literally still support someone who called for the execution or reposted someone who called for the execution of some Democrats?
I'm calling you unreasonable for
No, answer my question. I asked you a specific question. I will mute you every single time you choose not to answer my question from now on, okay? You have lost the ability to have your mic not muted anymore, okay? Every single time you do not answer my question, I will mute you. Stop deflecting away from my questions. Respond to my question.
All right, what's up?
What was my question? Do you remember?
You said, would I support them if they did that to the president?
I said, does that mean you are unreasonable because you still support Donald Trump even though he called and reposted for people calling for the execution of some Democrats?
No, that's not unreasonable. He's my president.
Okay, so then you wouldn't say it would be unreasonable for Democrats to have reposted people calling for the execution of Donald Trump after his assassination attempt?
I would, because that's the president, and that's why they didn't do that. That's literally why they didn't do that, because they know what would have happened.
Okay, so it's only wrong to call for his execution because he's the president? Okay, so how about if it were other Republicans? If they called for the execution, if they reposted people calling for the execution of other Republicans, would you say that would be unreasonable to support them, given that they've done that?
First and foremost, in this hypothetical, it's all wrong. And then we're talking about a tweet, Parker. We're talking about a tweet, okay?
What did I tell you? And by the way, at that time, yeah, he wasn't president. That's a good point. He wasn't president at that time. Unmute your microphone and acknowledge that. He wasn't president at that time. Unmute yourself if you can figure that out. Jordan, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's fucking crazy. That's so crazy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much, Jordan. That's crazy to hear. Dav, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yama, thank you for the $5. Yes, don't worry. I definitely am staying hydrated. Thank you so much. Nancy, thank you so much for the $20 on PayPal. Thank you so much. How do you put up with these people? Honestly, I don't know sometimes. Phoebe, thank you so much. I really appreciate the €2. Thank you. Matthew, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Grudge, thank you so much for the $6.66. Thank you. And Heather, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much, Heather.
Are you done? Are you done now, Parker? Are you done censoring?
I mean, I'm going to keep muting you until you respond to my points. Are you done deflecting and pivoting?
I had already conceded this point, if you recall. And that's why, again, I was trying to have a genuine conversation, if you actually recall. The whole dialogue, I was trying to conversate with you.
No, you came on my live stream saying that I don't pay taxes. Okay, you were trying to engage in meta conversation.
I was just wondering, where these donations go to, how they contribute to our society.
My bank account. Do you want to cry? Because
I was just
wondering. Donate to me. They choose to donate to me.
No, Parker, again, I was just wondering, because, again, we're wondering why people are not being fed, and then we wonder how these people are living lavishly, right? And how the rich actually...
You understand that that's because of Republicans that passed policies to restrict access to this.
Actually, around this time, this is when the working class actually pay less taxes. When a Republican gets into office. And you know that. That's why you're happy. That's why if you really do pay taxes, you really do run a business. That's probably why if you really do run a business, what I would imagine, because you said it, oh my gosh, you're eating off the expenses right now, brother. You got Trump in office. What are you crying about? Parker, what are you crying about, bro? What are you crying about, man?
I would rather pay more taxes myself to ensure that other people are taken care of. That's the society that I want to live in. And actually, Republicans advocate for policies that disproportionately increase taxes for working class Americans because tariffs have a regressive negative impact on lower and middle income individuals as they spend a greater proportion of their income on consumer goods, as that's an aspect of their cost of living. And cost of living takes up a greater percentage of their income comparative to people who are rich. Whereas income taxes, disproportionately the revenue comes from people who make higher levels of income.
Bro, Parker, literally, again, as I just mentioned, right? The middle class pays more taxes than anybody. Anybody. The middle class pays more taxes than you. Some of them pay more taxes than me. So what are we complaining about? Not only that, right?
You said the middle class pays more taxes than you? Push the galaxy. And that's
not only that, right, Parker?
Policy. That's because of Republican policy.
No, that's because of how taxes work, Parker. That's how if
because
Parker,
of
you do not listen. For example, right? For example, you make money. We mentioned how you make money, right?
CC, thank you for the galaxy. Thank you.
Right. Thank you for the money, guys. Thank you for the money. You make all this money, Parker, and it does not go to taxes the way a construction worker would make money and it go pay taxes. Okay? Can you acknowledge that, Parker?
Yeah, I pay more.
No, you would not pay more. And if you have a business, that's why you would oh my gosh, that's why you would not pay more if you have a business. You mentioned you have a business, so you pay less. You literally get taxed different. So what are you talking about?
I live in LA, man. I pay the highest tax
You sit here and you talk about individuals and you don't even get treated like an individual. So that sounds like privilege to me, Parker.
I pay myself a salary, so my income is treated as an individual. Yes, it is.
So you pay yourself a salary?
Yes.
How would you?
Wait, I'm sorry. Do you not know how taxes work? I pay myself a salary based upon the money that I make.
Yes, but that's like the basic way of paying yourself. You can take contributions. There's all types of ways that you can set this up.
Contributions? You understand?
Yes,
you have to pay income tax.
Yes, instead of paying yourself a whole salary like that, and in this equation, right, you pick the equation that you pay the most taxes, honorable, right? Cool, Parker. But I would just, again, like to mention how this does not contribute to society. It does not contribute to, literally you sit here, you do lobbyists, all this stuff. And for what? For the younger generation to sit here and have to listen to this?
So I'll tell you if you don't know, okay? It's to educate people, get them to critically think more. Hell, you needed that. You need that a lot, okay? It gets people to educate themselves so that they have more information. It gets people involved in the political process, right? I appreciate the galaxy, thank you. You understand that those are all good things and pushes people more towards my ideological perspective. Okay, I contribute plenty to society, okay? And I pay taxes.
So to me, unless if you actually do something like donate this money, right, rather than just paying yourself a salary, you have an actual organization that I know of that you're following knows of.
Do you donate?
Other than that literally sounds like a cult.
Do you cult? Yeah, W. Parker.
Yeah, you literally just described a cult, brother. Unless if you have an organization.
W. Parker cult. I know that you're hating on our Parker cult, but we love the Parker cult. That's amazing.
Unless you have an organization that I know
Honey,
of that
thank you so
knows
much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Like, where does this go to? Where does this
Thank you.
go
Angela,
to?
thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much as well. Thank you. Give me some W's for Angela and Honeybee in the comment section right now. W Parker Cult in the comment section right now. We need to get some... Honestly, you know what? If I were to ever drop merch, I would drop the Parker Cult merch. That would be the merch that Parker would drop. Parker Cult merch. Would you buy Parker Cult merch?
Were you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Would you buy Parker Cult merch?
It depends. If it came with a tariff, then yeah. If it's exempted, then no.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Because I would imagine you have to export it and all that stuff because you probably don't know how to make that stuff.
Import it.
Bro.
Chelsea, thank you so much for the $3 for the Parker Colt.
Tomato, tomato. I'm smarter than
Caitlin,
Parker.
thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I definitely will. I really appreciate it. And I'm so sorry to hear that about you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm so sorry to hear that. Just know you always have people here for you. Julia, thank you so much for the $3 for the Parker Colt. Alyssa, thank you so much for the $5 for WoW. Officially
bro?
Wow. Alyssa said,
Ew.
wow, officially in my first Colt. Hashtag Parker Colt. Thank you so much. Catherine, thank you so much for the $5 for the Colt fees. Thank you very much. Candace, thank you for the $2 for the Parker Colt. Kelly, thank you for the $6
No, who pays
for
you,
Parker
though?
Colt dues in December
Who
2025.
paid you to go on Jubilee?
Thank you so much. Shalia, thank you so much for the $15. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I do not, though. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anthony with the $5 for the Parker Colt fees. Katie, thank you so much for the $2 for the so much. Gabby, thank you for the $10 for monthly donation to the Parker Colt. All hail Parker. Rainey, thank you so much for the $5 for the Colt dues.
Hey, now who paid you to go on Jubilee though?
Prior, I didn't get paid.
So like, who's paying you now?
One of the recent ones I got Jubilee gave me like a stipend that like actually kind of paid me. Like this last one I went on, but that's about it. Susan, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much, Susan. I really appreciate the $20. Alexis, thank you for the $6.68 for Hale Parker. Thank you very much. Kelly, thank you for the $20 for the Parker Colt. Thank you so much, Kelly. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Emily, with the $25 for December Parker Colt dues. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I really
Parker, can you just
appreciate it.
answer the question?
Megan
though?
with the 11.
Like, how do you
thank you so much.
separate?
Don't worry. Thank you so much, Megan. I really appreciate it. Heather, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you. They said this is my first Colt, but it's my most fun Colt.
So how do you separate personal from your activism? Like, how do you separate the projects and the revenue? Like, how does one do that, Parker?
Tato, thank you for the $10. Thank you. And then Priscilla, thank you so much for the membership subscription. How do I separate what?
Yeah, so like, how do you like separate your personal, projects and your personal funds from this activism, this activism and advocating this stuff that you? How does one do this?
I have a bank account. Feisty, thank you for the five membership subscriptions. Thank you so much, Feisty. I really appreciate it.
I don't know, man. The IRS is gonna have
for
a
the
field day with
$10.
that
Thank you
one,
so much.
man.
Heather, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for. I didn't know a single thing about economics before joining the cult. That's exactly why the cult's so beneficial. Jamie,
Yeah, let's talk about economics. Jim. Let's talk about economics.
Thank you
Come
so
on,
much.
man. Let's talk about
Sky
economics.
with the $5 for the Parker Colt. Let's go. Caitlin, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. They said definitely. They said tell people to check online registered sex offenders. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know if they'd be able to specifically find that particular person, but yeah, definitely make sure to check those, of course. Bella, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. When does Stewie Griffin come to rapture us? Soon. Elizabeth, thank you for the $1 for dudes never heard of an accountant. That's so true.
No, I don't think you have, Parker. That's why I'm asking you
the $5.
these questions.
Thank you, Mary, with the $10. Thank
Parker,
you so
would
much.
you like to talk about economics now, or would you just like to just talk about bigotry?
Stormy, thank you for the $2 for the cold dues. Go ahead, bring up your points on economics, man. David, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it for Parker Colt. Thank you. Jeanette, thank you so much
So
for
yeah,
the
why do you
$1.
like
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank
Marxism
you.
so bad?
What's up?
Why do you like Marxism so bad?
Mary,
if you're not a communist.
I'm not a Marxist.
That's literally all you talk about, bro. That's all your views come from. What are you talking about?
Can you define Marxism?
The most bullcrap view of economics. So I'm not. Listen to me. I'm not AI, right? But if I had to describe it, it's like someone that just took economics, like you, Parker, and then it's like, oh, can you explain the equilibrium? That's like Marxism to me. Like just because they know something,
asking you to tell us what equilibrium is Marxism. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely
literally
Marxism.
though. Like
yeah, you're totally right.
Though.
You're totally right. Asking people what market equilibrium is, that is Marxism, everyone. Though you have to think of the $2. So yeah, every single one of my economics professors, because they ask you that question, they specifically, they must be all Marxists, right?
All right, right, man. So yeah, again, to describe it, it's just communism. So the government would just control everything.
Okay.
It's just
communism is not when the government controls
it's just
everything.
communism.
Okay, communism is not when the government controls everything. Communism is a stateless, classless, moneyless society in which the public owns or controls the means of production.
Who's the public, Parker? Are you the public? Because I'm the public.
It's everyone within society.
Right. The Constitution is the public. That's what allows us to even do that, which is the government. That's the government, Parker.
So under the context of a society in terms of communism, there wouldn't be a monopoly on violence in terms of the state because it's a stateless society. So the only role of the government would be to provide for the constituents. Jess, thank you so much for the $5. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And that's Marxism right there.
Thank you for the $10.
Where they will just sit there and acknowledge
doesn't understand what your job is.
And that's it.
That's
it.
Hold on.
They'll sit there and acknowledge it and that.
Richard, thank you for the $10 for the guest. Definitely doesn't understand. You can pay taxes without your job directly taking the money from your check. Literally, that's what an accountant is. Exactly. Mary, thank you for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Priscilla, thank you so much for the $2. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Jordan, thank you for the $5 as well. Again, thank you.
Are you done censoring me, bro?
No. Are you done crying?
So yeah, Parker. So what would you like to speak about, Parker?
Give me like a policy of Trump's that he influenced to get passed that you like.
I like how he's not letting people just, murder their child for no reason. I like how he does tariffs.
Sam, I think of the member subscription. Accordia, I think you give $2 for the Parker Colt Maga.
Why are you interrupting me?
Because I feel like it.
When a boss
Mary,
speaks,
thank you for the $5. Thank you so much, Spencer, with the $5 as well. Thank you so much, Spencer.
Parker, when a boss is speaking, you're not allowed to do that. But anyways, yeah, I like how he...
So that must be you. You must be the one that needs to stop because I'm the boss. So just letting you know, Donald Trump literally murdered people off the coast of Venezuela with no evidence given to Congress that they had DRUGS in the first place. And even if they did, that's not a reason to murder them. Okay? So you're just totally okay with Donald Trump murdering innocent people that did not deserve to be murdered. Would you like to respond to that one? Is that pro-life of you?
Yeah, it's just hard when you do that, and I'm not able to do my phone correctly when you censor me, and you believe in the Constitution. But just answer your question. Nah, man, I mean, obviously, not to laugh, but obviously sending like a nuke and something like that's messed up. But again, how would we have due process? Like, what do you want him to do? To go just send a drone over there and arrest them, and then to bring them to our country? Does that sound pragmatic,
hey,
Parker?
When they get
does
to
that
US
sound realistic?
When they get to U.S. waters, detain them. By the way, most of the stuff that would be coming from Venezuela would be C drug and would be M drug, being the green elevation one that's like literally legal in this country and plenty of different states. Okay, not even F drug that people were particularly referencing. And most of that goes to Europe and Africa, not to the United States. Okay. One, there wasn't even an argument that they were going to the United States. Two, if they went to the United States, you could detain them once they get to U.S. waters. Three, the type of DRUGS that they had are definitely not reason to unalive them. Okay. Donald Trump himself has pardoned someone who is a C drug trafficker. Did you know that? Donald Trump pardoned a C drug trafficker.
What does that mean? I mean, he's pardoned all types of violent and all types of people. What is the relevance to that, Parker? Just because he's a pardon a rapper or something like that?
No, he pardoned.
Just because oh my God, he's pardoned Kodak Black, Parker. What are we gonna?
No, he pardoned a C drug trafficker. Okay, so if you think that it's okay for him to unalive people because they would have trafficked C drug, then why is it justified for him to pardon someone who did do that? Like, answer that question. Is that even something that you could bring up? Elizabeth, thank you for the $20 for Go Parker Colt. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Elizabeth. Thank you. And BB, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10 as well. Thank you so much. Caitlin, thank you for the $10 as well. Thank you so much. I'm glad that we can. Thank you so much, Caitlin. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Is he going to unmute his microphone? Seems like he can't figure it out.
All right, man. Yeah, like I said, bro, my phone's messed up right now. I'm having technical difficulties, and you keep muting me. I'm not able to unmute myself.
Click the microphone in the bottom right.
I can't do that. If it was as simple as that, I would do that, Parker. All right? But I tried to have this dialogue with you.
Faye, thank you so much for the $4.20. Thank you so much for the user thinks your donations are like charity. I know, right? He can't unmute himself. Actually, this is pretty peaceful. He can't unmute himself, chat. This is pretty peaceful. All right. You can unmute yourself now. You got to come back into the app. I had enough time. Come back into the app if you're not scared, buddy. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if he left, to be honest. Yeah, he did. I love doing that. That's so fun. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Gary, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Parker get a job should be changed to Parker get a cult. Yo, what's up? How old are you? And thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I don't like to brag about what we do for charity here. I'm not someone that likes to even bring that up, what I do. And only people know that because we did it online, but I'm not gonna bring it up in that circumstance because I don't care to prove it to him. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Trump is better than God.
So the next individual, only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, Parker. I'm 48. So you say you want higher taxes, but you want illegal immigrants to work illegally and take tax money from our very economy, right? You don't understand all about that, do you, Parker? Huh? They're hurting the economy by illegal working and employers hiring illegals and not paying taxes.
Hey, dude. I think your kid wants you real quick.
When is no transit order comes here?
Just hang on, Daddy's in a debate here because we got this little dweeb here that doesn't know anything about the economy.
Hey, dude, it's okay. You can go hang out with your kid for a second, and I'll just unmute whenever you're ready. Don't worry about it. Just unmute whenever you're ready. Kid is priority. The child is priority. Let's get another person to help him out in the meantime.
So, Parker, you say higher the taxes, right?
Transit order.
Wait, hold up. Don't shush your kid. Just talk to them. I'm giving you time to do that, sir. It's okay.
Okay, so you say higher taxes, yet it's okay for illegals to work illegally and take tax money from the economy, just like employers are not paying those taxes also for those workers working, right?
Okay.
But that's okay.
So
they're not only committing one crime by coming into a country illegally, they're also committing a crime by tax evasion, which is punishable by law, and you can serve jail time for tax evasion, correct?
No, so not every undocumented immigrant... Hey, could you turn that off real quick? Not every undocumented immigrant is going to be evading taxes. They just left themselves. Okay. I just want to let him know that undocumented immigrants, I believe, should be given a pathway to citizenship if they haven't committed a violent crime or bad crime, which will allow them to pay even more taxes. But undocumented immigrants in 2022 paid over $100 billion in taxes because they can utilize an I-10. I don't know why he just left, but all right, we're going to go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yeah, he should be taking care of his kid in that circumstance. Like, that's just crazy, bro. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay, let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. It'll help get it out to more people. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Do you support Trump?
Yes.
And what's your birth year?
2007.
And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
So that's something I'm kind of struggling with. So probably Kamala right now.
Artie, well, I do really appreciate you. I am just looking for people who, in that context, would still support Donald Trump. But I would recommend you to watch these live streams, as I probably will answer any question that you probably would have. As you know, all this information, is talked about on the stream all the time. And also, you can check out my YouTube videos. I post YouTube videos about it all the time. So if you want to specifically look for a particular type of argument, I have titles and stuff like that, and even even in descriptions of the videos that I post, there's a description of what happens in the video. You can kind of see what is talked about in the video, so that you can see. How old are you? All right, let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go to the next individual. If you're on YouTube, again, hit that thumbs up, everyone. It'll help get out to more people. Let's try to get to 2,000 likes, everyone. I bet we're on track to 2,000 right now. I think we're probably right now. Let's check. Let's check out what we're at. Let's check what we're at. We're at 1,500 likes. Let's try to get to 2,000 real quick, everyone. I'd really appreciate it. Let's try to get to 2,000 if we can. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Jacqueline, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you. Aries, Sun, Aquarius, Moon, and Scorpio rising. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Alrighty. Let's go on the next individual. Let's go on the next individual. Do give it 1 second, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? That was a troll. Okay, I'll just make sure to block you next time. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Alrighty. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay. Not okay. Thank you for the galaxy, by the way. Thank you so much. Let's go on the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that such a criteria list on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, bro.
Do you support Trump?
What?
And how old are you?
Oh, what did you say?
How old are you?
Again. 22. Hey.
You said what? You're a little bit far from your mic.
22 or so.
And do you support Trump?
Yeah.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, so just to confirm.
Okay, it's just really hard to hear them anyway. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. Alrighty, do give it a second for people to get in here. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. Alrighty. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
And do you support Trump?
Yes.
And what's your birth year?
99.
And if you could go 99 and you're 18, that does not make any sense. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
What's your birth year?
2007.
And what month?
January.
And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump, duh.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Because we are Charlie.
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Again, everyone, we are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on said TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
My bad.
You're good. Don't worry. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a gas request if you do meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
31.
Do you support Trump?
2,000%.
Okay. And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Man, I could go back in time over and over and still vote for Trump.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
Well, I mean, look at what he's been able to do. Look at, for instance, what was it just last week? They found $31 billion in additional income from just the tariffs. Now, even though that is the business owners or alleged business owners, I guess you could say, that are importing the goods, that are paying the tariffs, it's still, if you would agree, it's still essentially taxing the rich. So doesn't that like completely correlate with your entire ideology that the rich should pay more taxes? Well, effectively under the current tariff plan, that's exactly what's happening.
No, actually, under the current tariff plan, disproportionately lower and middle income individuals spend a greater proportion of their income on consumer products. So if there's an increase in the cost of consumer products because it passes down to the consumer, well, then that's going to negatively impact middle and lower income individuals to a greater extent who disproportionately were not being taxed prior because of how income tax is set up. Whereas Donald Trump's policy specifically, by reducing income tax, disproportionately gives most of the tax cuts to people who are rich.
No, so like for instance, if you look at the tariffs, like you can say sure that the price gets passed down, but so does inflation. I mean, inflation is a real thing. No matter what, we're seeing a rise in inflation year after year. The current rate of inflation is less than it was under Joe Biden. So then you're saying that like, oh well, we're having a higher cost. Like, well, actually, it's the complete opposite. Not only are we taxing the individuals with the money that are bringing these goods into the country to be resold here, they are also disproportionately the wealthier part of the country. I mean, if you have the money to import goods from China or Pakistan or wherever you're importing these goods from, you obviously have some funds available to you. With that being said, the money that they're paying via those tariffs are going to have a direct impact on what those that are making under that threshold are paying in taxes.
So importing a product does not mean you're necessarily rich. Secondly, this idea that we're taxing people who are disproportionately rich by imposing tariffs is also a ridiculous idea because you're taxing cost of production and distribution, which inevitably will get passed on to the consumer to a greater extent. Whereas with income tax, right, that's not taxing the lowest income in Americans because of standard deduction, but tariffs will be taxing those Americans and increase consumer products. Inflation has gone up since Trump got in office, comparative to what it was the end of the Biden-Harris administration, and it was specifically due to Donald Trump's tariff policy that is leading to this. Whereas, under the Biden-Harris administration, the inflation that we saw was due to global inflation based upon supply chain issues resulting from the pandemic, and not because of the Biden-Harris administration policy.
Yeah, no, I completely disagree. I mean, if we look at the current rate of inflation right now, it's what, 3-point-something%? Under Joe Biden, it was over 4%. So, I mean,
no, it was 3% when he left. It was 3% when he left, and it's a bit over 3% now.
I mean, I don't have the data in front of me, so let's just take it for what it is. So you're saying that the entire, so you're saying that the average of Joe Biden's inflation rate was 3%. Is that what you're saying?
No, I said at the very end of the administration because I acknowledged that there was a higher level of inflation under the Biden-Harris administration in the prior years, but not because of the Biden-Harris administration policy, but because of the supply chain issues relating to the pandemic that affected global inflation. So I don't think that the Biden-Harris administration policy was the cause of that because it happened globally.
No, but you would put that blame on Donald Trump if it would have happened under his authority, right? You would say, oh, well, that's Donald Trump's fault because of X, Y, Z. Sure you would.
No, I wouldn't, because again, that would be based upon things that impacted the entire world, which is not happening right now. And we know that Donald Trump imposed tariffs which have inflationary pressure because I understand how tariffs work.
Are you familiar with who, when, and why tariffs were implemented in the first place here in the United States?
Sorry.
Man, I hope you're okay, man.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting off of a sickness and I still have mucus. But so I do, and I think that they, historically speaking, didn't work. If you're referencing the times like in like the 1800s and the Gilded Age, if you're trying to reference the level of tariffs we had as like a mechanism to like say that we could redo that today, that makes no sense because we didn't have Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, we didn't have food stamps, we didn't have any of these programs that people rely on today. So we wouldn't actually have a mechanism to fund it to the same degree.
Yeah, but again, though, there, of course, we wouldn't have the same mechanisms in order to 100% fund the same way. But if you would look back in time and see, okay, well, why were tariffs implemented in the first place? Well, they were implemented because people were importing in mass numbers and things such as tobacco and tea products that could have been grown here locally, right? And then so they said, okay, well, if you're going to import this product rather than paying those of us who are making this product here, then you're going to have to pay a higher price in order to do so. So that way, the people that are here in the same industries have a fighting chance to at least produce profitable business. I don't know if have you ever heard the term decent business done decently? You're an economics major. I'm sure you've heard that reference before.
Yeah, I've heard that, but I don't think that this is going to create better conditions. I do think that, like, if we have a tariff imposed, it's going to cause the cost of production to increase, not only for American producers, but also for bringing in products from other countries around the world. So I think that costs go up across the board, and I don't think it creates better conditions for us. If you want to do targeted tariffs, I don't really have an issue with specific targeted tariffs to build up specialized like industries in the United States. But to say that you want them across the board is just very bad. It's inflationary. It makes conditions worse for consumers. And if you want to reference historical ideas of tariffs, how do you feel about the Smoot-Hawley tariffs?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
The Smoot-Hawley tariffs, how do you feel about those?
I have no idea. I've never even heard of that.
They were implemented essentially right before the Great Depression, and they were essentially the precipice for the Great Depression, right? Like, they created conditions in which made the Great Depression worse off.
Okay, so 100%, there was a lot of different things that factored in the Great Depression, but if we're looking at like today's standard of what exactly the tariffs mean for the country, well, it means that those, for instance, me as a business owner importing a product, right? Like the product that I import, now that I'm paying a tariff on that as a business owner, right? The entire ideology of lowering production costs no longer has anything to do with importation of the product from whatever particular country I was importing it from. Now my goal as a business owner is to source that product here in the country. So to say that, oh, well, historically that's not accurate, that's completely incorrect, because historically we've seen that whenever tariffs were initially implemented, not only did we not even have an income tax at that point in time, but they did cover 99% of the cost.
Wait, by the way, we did it. Wait. So let me just clarify. When did income tax come into effect? What year?
I don't know the exact year. I can look it up for you if you would like.
Yeah, let me just clarify. 1913, right? That's with, and that's before 1930, right? So that's before the Smoot-Hawley tariffs. If you're referencing the tariffs that existed under the Gilded Age, that's not good, especially because at that point in American history, there was lots of horizontal and vertical integration, and which led to vast monopolies. Right? And tariffs decrease competition on a global stage. So tariffs actually would be to benefit those particular types of firms that want to stifle competition so that they can own more of the market. That is a horrible mechanism to look at.
That's being preached by somebody like that. So for instance, like for me, like whenever you say that, you're like, let's take Amazon. Like Amazon has a clear, what we would consider a monopoly. There's not very many people that are in that field. However, as an American citizen, I have the right to say, oh, wait, I'm going to go buy a warehouse and I'm going to implement some robotic mechanisms in that warehouse to automate my process. And then now I'm going to compete directly with Amazon. Amazon didn't start off as one of the largest companies in the world. They started off selling books out of a garage. So to say like, oh, well, you know, this, like that's completely illogical. Everybody has the same opportunity to go be successful and to create wealth for themselves. It's just a matter of the mechanisms in which you choose to pursue that.
Okay, a few things here. So we can look at Bork's argument that was historically used, which doesn't apply to Amazon because they don't increase prices. So really, the only mechanism that where like historically we would limit monopolies through Bork's argument is if it led to like overall less social welfare. But because they keep the prices low, they're able to stay as a monopoly and then utilize their monopoly power in the marketplace in order to then increase costs for businesses on the other side, right? So essentially, they're still utilizing monopoly power, but they're able to get around, right, the arguments of antitrust that we've had, which is actually something that Lena Khan was talking about and addressing under the Biden-Harris administration. So if you support actually addressing that and being able to limit the impact of what's it called, a monopolization from companies like Amazon, well then you should support the Biden-Harris administration, right? And literally Lena Khan.
No, I don't, because I'm a realist. I see realistic expectation. 100%. You can't say that nobody in the world or nobody in the United States could go out right now and create an infrastructure and a company that would compete with Amazon. Now, it might not happen overnight, but with consistency, dedication, and decent business done decently, every single person in this country has the opportunity to create not only an asset.
It's realist to advocate for regulations that limit monopolization.
Okay, but again, though, there is no monopoly. So you're saying that Amazon.
So Amazon doesn't act. So Amazon doesn't act as a monopoly.
How are they acting as a monopoly? Are they preventing you from going out? Do they have things in place that prevent you?
In the consumer market, I just told you it's amongst businesses on the other side of the perspective. That's what you're not understanding.
It's not,
especially because listen to this. So this is something Amazon does. Let me tell you and explain to you some. And then internalize that stifles. Stop. That's like saying vertical and horizontal integration are okay because you can also vertically and horizontally integrate. That's a horrible argument.
No, it's not. So
yes,
you're saying that.
Wait, so then you want to get rid of do you want to get rid of antitrust? Wait, do you want to get rid of antitrust laws because you can just do the same monopoly practices as them?
Okay, so again, you're kind of moving the goalpost again.
Answer my question.
We're talking about a monopoly. What is a monopoly?
Answer my question before you ask me another.
Okay, repeat your question.
Do you know what I was talking about?
I mean, honestly, I was trying to get to my point where you keep bringing up sideline points just to try to off-track the conversation because that
wasn't a sideline point. Listen, a third-party vendor onto a different part of their market so that they can literally externalize costs and then internalize profits. Okay, that is a mechanism from a monopoly perspective that stifles competition.
Explain to me how you can't go do that. Explain to me how you can't implement the same business structure.
Wait. Okay, that's like arguing against No. Listen. Wait, hold on. Stop. That's like saying vertical and horizontal integration are okay because you can also vertically and horizontally integrate. Yeah, so you're essentially saying there should be no antitrust law because you can engage in monopolistic practices just as the monopolies do themselves.
Okay, so again, the monopolistic category would assume that you have a hold on the industry, meaning that you're not allowing competition. There's something that you directly do that hinders other people from entering that workspace. There is nothing that Amazon has done. I just gave you an example of Amazon
doing that. I literally just gave you an example.
How does Amazon prevent you from entering that space? Explain that to me.
Yeah. So
do they have some type of litigation that says that you can't go purchase a warehouse and create any form of distribution?
So what they did?
Do they have a website? Go ahead. Let's hear your point there.
Yeah. So there's a few things. One, they undercut the market because of the fact that they have a greater business structure to be able to do that. So undercutting allows for them to do so. Secondly, they also, like I said, externalize the costs and internalize the profits by saying that people on the market on Amazon can sell products up until essentially the point that they deem it's so profitable that they want to release their own Amazon Basics version, and then they literally reduce the place that they were on their platform to a lower place so that no one sees their product and they see the Amazon Basic product first so that they can internalize those profits.
Okay, so then if you don't like it, don't sell on their platform. That's not a monopoly. That's them using their platform to their best interest. That is any business 101. How to increase profit revenue and decrease cost. That is 100% within.
That's like you just arguing that any business is just going to do whatever monopolistic practice exists because it's the profit maximizing condition. And what I'm telling you is that we want to limit that from happening because it stifles competition and leads to worse sets of circumstances, not only for consumers, but also for producers in the long run.
Well, then maybe move to Switzerland because that's not how a capitalist economy works.
Switzerland is capitalist. What are you talking about? And yes, it does. You understand capitalist economies have antitrust laws? That was such a ridiculous argument for you to make. You think that capitalist economies don't have antitrust laws?
You're not creating an.
He thinks capitalist economies don't have antitrust laws, dude. Take an economics class.
You're not creating an argument for how it's a monopoly. All you're saying is, oh, well, they have things inside of their business that makes it harder for people to compete with them inside of their own fucking business. How does that make sense?
We're telling you how monopolies exist today after Bork's argument, and antitrust laws have existed historically, because antitrust laws were supposed to limit monopolization, but yet there's still aspects of monopolies and oligopolies that exist within the context of our system and reduce and stifle competition to benefit themselves, right? That's what I'm arguing about, and I'm saying that antitrust laws need to apply that to that as well.
The best example of this would be Walmart versus Amazon. Before Amazon came out and is in full stride as it is today, monopoly had a pretty big stronghold on that space. Now we're seeing more and more people are ordering their products off of Amazon rather than going to Walmart. How has it hurt Walmart's profitability? Sure. Has Walmart gone out of business? Absolutely not. Now, what has Walmart done since then? Well, they've created their own Walmart app that allows people to do very similar things as is done on Amazon. For instance, you can go on the Walmart app and purchase just about anything. Even if things aren't sold by Walmart themselves, they are still available for purchase on the Walmart app. So explain to me how somebody who, again, has all of the same confines and rules and regulations as Amazon, who is literally direct in competition, how is that a monopoly? A monopoly is one person in an industry not allowing others to compete. There is plenty of competition.
No, that's actually not how monopolies are. Because then you would argue that there's no... Wait. Based on that definition, you'd argue no monopolies existed historically speaking because they didn't control 100% of each market. What are you talking about? Okay? Monopolies, okay, the way that we're using the term is going to be based on concentration, right, of the level of industry within particular fields, which that concentration has essentially becoming more prevalent, meaning that like there's going to be less competition. Okay, so heightened concentration has led to less competition. These type of monopolistic practices are leading to worse conditions in the market. You saying that there has to be this one specific definition of monopoly that just means one company controls everything is not how typically we use it in the context of economics. I'm telling you literally what I learned in my economics class, okay? I'm not lying, I'm not making up something. I'm telling you literally what I learned in my economics class.
Okay, so let's use any example of business, right? So for instance, let's say telemarketing, right? There's huge sectors in the telemarketer space, Twilio, right? All kinds of people that pretty much own that industry, right? Now, there's several things that you cannot do if you get into the telemarketing field, such as you cannot become your own VoIP provider because people like Twilio have all of that space, right? So that means that in order to get regulatory abilities to even be able to be your own VoIP provider, you basically have to get approval through Twilio, okay? Now, that might be a little outside of like the economic realm. It's not something that is...
Can I bring us back onto the topic?
Hold on. This is 100% on topic. Now, when you're looking at a monopolized industry, such as telemarketing, where there's only certain sectors that you can get into within that field and become your own entity, right? Because you're not going to go become a fucking top tier VoIP provider. You're not going to do it, right? You have to go through a top tier VoIP provider, right? That has nothing to do with the same guidelines that you are putting on the alleged Amazon monopoly. There is no monopoly there. You were able to go tomorrow and purchase an old Walmart or Target building and do everything that Amazon is doing. You're just not doing it. So I would argue that's not a monopoly. That's just failure to...
Again, your argument's stupid because then you could say that about every antitrust law, okay? You can just horizontally integrate just as JP Morgan did. Just do the same thing. Just do the exact same thing. Do the exact same thing. Just vertically integrate. Okay, do you understand that still doesn't change the criteria of what exists, that if they vertically and horizontally integrate, that there then could be no competition at a certain point once they control everything? Because in order for you to get into the market, you'd have to buy from them, okay?
So then how can Amazon make it with competition such as Amazon?
We have antitrust laws, and the age of monopolies has changed to the conditions in the market that exist with the regulations. Okay, so the type of monopolies that exist today are different than the type of monopolies that have existed historically. But the argument you're providing is an argument to say that we shouldn't have any antitrust law. Okay, let me bring us back on the topic. Okay, because this is technically. I mean, I don't think even Donald Trump has talked about this. I don't even think he knows this is happening. He's economically illiterate. Okay. Tell me what you support of Donald Trump's economic policy, since we're talking about economics.
I mean, the big beautiful bill is a huge contribution to the economics of this country. Whenever we look at things such as the Child Tax Credit Act, the standard deduction increase, whenever we look at the 1032 exchange and the 1029s, there's so many different things that were incorporated to better the everyday life of the American citizen. The problem is we have people like you that say, oh, well, he's never done anything good, and the things that are good, you're just going to not bring them up, so that the people just continue this facade of, well, he's this terrible rapist because, in a civil court.
I'm sorry, shut up. You literally have devil horns on Kamala Harris as your profile picture. Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up, dude. Embarrassing.
That's not true. You just lied. That's not true. They're ears.
Are those not horns?
No, sir. They're ears.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. They're ears. Okay.
Don't forget the hook.
Why did you put ears on her?
I didn't.
Why did you make that your profile picture?
Because it's a pretty accurate depiction of what the Democratic Party is.
No, and also you're still the point's still true that you're still mocking her, right?
Sure, the same way that you mock Trump.
I don't have that as my profile picture, by the way, and also I don't think that Kamala Harris is comparable to Donald Trump within that respect. But
I think she's far worse. She kept men in prison for no reason.
No, she's not.
Hid evidence.
Can I hold up? Stop. Let me address your points before you move on to a whole new argument. Can I do that just real quick?
You brought up the big beautiful bill.
I want to respond to it. Okay. The big beautiful bill. You brought up the child tax credit, the standard deduction. What you're not referencing with this is that Kamala Harris wanted to keep all the tax cuts applicable to income earners under $400,000 a year. And she wanted to increase tax on income over $400,000 a year. And she wanted to expand the child tax credit to an even greater extent than what existed under Trump. Under the TCJA, it went from $1,000 to $2,000, the child tax credit. Kamala Harris was advocating to increase it to $6,000 for the first year of a child's life, $3,600 through them being 5 years old, and $3,000 through them being 18. Okay, then why do you say that that's good for the average American when
because she can say that she's going to do everything. She also said that she wouldn't hide evidence, and she also said that she swore an oath to the Constitution of the United States while she also kept innocent men in prison. I mean, she can say whatever she wants. I don't believe her.
Okay, wait, when did she, but by the way, what you're referencing in terms of keeping innocent people, the evidence that you're referencing, that was evidence that didn't change the conviction, okay? She thought she would already she thought she would already get a conviction without that evidence in the first place, which was true. They got a conviction, and then she literally changed her policy. She's like, okay, you know what? No matter what, I think we should have brought the policy up anyway. Okay, or not the policy, the evidence out anyway, even if we already thought we had enough to convict them. Okay, so one, you're making an irrelevant point. This is totally irrelevant to the argument about the tax policy, okay? Can we please talk about the tax policy, okay? Donald Trump signs off on a tax policy that disproportionately benefits the rich. Kamala Harris wanted to keep all the tax cuts for income earners under $400,000 a year and wanted to increase tax on income earners over $400,000 a year, which would better conditions for working class Americans, reduce their taxes, and then also reduce the deficit and the debt.
I mean, it sounds good on paper, but whenever we look at what Donald Trump did, it's a far better tax credit. Whenever we look at where most of the taxes in this country come from, where do most of the taxes in this country come from?
What tax credit's better?
The wealthy pay for. I mean, did you not hear what? Are you going to let me finish or what?
I said, what Trump tax credit's better?
I mean, all of them, every single one of them.
No, because again, Kamala Harris advocated to keep all the tax cuts applicable to income earners under $400,000 a year, and she wanted to expand the child tax credit even more than Trump. So what tax credit are you referencing?
That's completely ridiculous. Okay, it's ludicrous to say that. Oh, we're going to decrease all of the taxes for the people that make under $400K a year. The people that make over $400K a year,
if we pass
paying a majority of the taxes.
Wait, if we could pass the whole bill with all of those tax cuts for working class Americans and also tax cuts for rich Americans, why couldn't we pass the exact same bill, but without the tax cuts for rich Americans? What the fuck are you talking about?
The majority of the taxes.
Wait, answer my question. What the fuck are you talking about? How could we pass the tax plan that cuts taxes for lower income Americans and higher income Americans, but we couldn't do the same tax cut, but just removing the part that does tax cuts for the rich?
Let me ask you this. What's the standard deduction currently?
Can you answer my question before you ask me a separate one?
This is in direct correlation to your question. What is the standard deduction currently?
Let me look.
Under Trump.
Is it like 20,000, something like that?
I think it's 24,000. I think it's 24,000. Now, what is the average income?
That's for married. That's for married taxpayers. For single taxpayers, it's 12,000.
Okay, so what is the average income?
The average income?
Sorry, I called
average or
what's
median?
The average income?
In personal
median
or household?
Income. Median income.
Median personal income?
Mm-hmm.
This goes up to 2024, about 45,000.
Okay, so now married couples, right? Let's say that one works, one don't, or let's say they both work, whatever it is, right? They're all automatically able to deduct $24,000. Now, single household incomes are able to deduct $12,000.
Wait, this is not household income. Stop. This is personal income, not household income.
Did you not hear what I said of like whenever you take the married example and then we take the personal example, right?
So reference the personal. So the standard deduction is
I reference both. That's fine.
And the median income
let's say
for
just one,
personal
$12,000,
income
right?
is
So
$40,000
$40,000 minus $12,000, right? And then now you're only getting taxed at what percent? You take that $40,000 number, you minus that $12,000, right? That brings you to what? Come on, do some math.
33,000.
Okay, fantastic. Now, what tax bracket does that put them in?
Probably the first tax bracket.
Holy shit. So you're saying that they are actually saving money on taxes due to Donald Trump? Holy fuck, they're paying less in taxes than they were before. You see, you take everything at like such a...
One, you didn't compare the different standard deductions. Two, Kamala Harris wants to keep all the tax cuts for income earners under $400,000 a year, which would include the standard deduction. Are you not listening to me, dude?
No. No, Donald Trump increased the standard deduction. Are you just blind to the facts?
Wait, say that again?
Donald Trump increased the standard deduction. That did not happen under Kamala Harris. I think he doubled it.
Let me check. What was standard deduction under Obama? Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, so I mean, just say like he's not doing anything for the country is crazy.
Pause. I never said he did nothing. I just am acknowledging that the tax cuts would be applicable to income earners under $400,000 a year. Okay? That all of those tax cuts, Kamala Harris would have kept, which includes the standard deduction. And then she also wanted to expand the child tax credit, which would have given more tax cuts. So I never said Donald Trump did nothing for the tax policy. I just said everything that Donald Trump did for working class Americans, Kamala Harris would do even more.
Well, of course she would write his coattail and see all the good things that he did and elect to keep those things. But she would also do things like, for instance, you're saying like, oh, well, she's going to raise the taxes for those that make over $400,000 a year. Well,
yeah.
Let's use me personally. I don't know how much you make a year, but that would fuck me up. Like I would now have to go
shut
find
the
more
fuck up, you absolute whiny baby. Shut the fuck up. It would fuck you up.
Okay,
What are you talking about? It's only a tax increase on your income over $400,000. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
How much money do you make in a year?
Well, I own several businesses. So under which one?
Personal income.
Last year I paid myself $622.
Okay, so you would make you'd only pay the extra taxes on the $200,000. Okay, not on the $400,000 before that.
Sure.
Only on the $200,000 above that, and you would pay what, a few percentage points more. The few percentage points more that you pay in that is fine. You're gonna be okay.
What is a few percent of a couple of $100,000, bud?
Yeah, that's still not much.
It doesn't matter.
To a couple hundred grand.
Out of my
dude, you made $622,000. Stop complaining about 3%, dude. on 200 grand.
I'm gonna listen. Are you familiar with what the Boston Tea Party, what they were protesting, of what percentage they were protesting? 2%. So you're saying that our forefathers?
Hey, dumbass, that was taxation without representation. Do you know the difference between taxation and taxation without representation? Apparently, you don't know history.
Okay, well, again, you're just trying to say like, oh, well, there was an outside fucking point to that. Like, yeah, of course, there was other outside points that played a cause, but it was also because of the taxes. Like, they didn't just go throw the fucking.
No, it was because of taxation without representation, genius.
Again, if you let me finish the point,
because you're making a dumb point. You did not listen in history class.
Obviously, you didn't pay attention. Why in the first place did they go throw the fucking tea over the bow? Why? For what?
Because they were mad about the fact that there was taxation without representation.
Fantastic. Now, of that representation part of it, what was going on at that particular part between Great Britain and the fucking United States colonies where they said that we are not getting representation, so we have a problem with it? What was the fucking rule? What was the founding cause of that argument?
Like, the Declaration of Independence?
Sarah didn't pay attention in history class? What is it?
Are you talking about the Declaration of Independence?
Nope. I'm talking about why did they have a problem with the taxation without representation, in which that they were
because
paying?
They didn't have representation.
What was the representation that they were not getting?
In the context of the parliament?
Yes. If you don't know, just say you don't know. It's okay.
I just told you.
No, you didn't.
They didn't get representation or the ability to vote or have any type of body that would represent them.
You can't use representation to define representation. That's like using woman.
Hey, dude, they didn't have the ability to vote for people that would represent them and be a part of the government in the UK.
That's what I was looking for. Yes. So
that's what representation is. You absolute genius, dude. What are you talking about?
I told you to define the word, bro. Are you fucking serious?
I know what representation means.
Perfect. Now, whenever we look at
why are you asking me that?
If you quit interrupting me and let me get to the point, I would be glad to fill you in. Are you ready?
Dude, you're complaining about $6,000, dude. When you would have gotten that probably if you have children. Do you have children?
And that $6,000 could have been used to put towards my son's trust fund or
you would get a child tax credit increase. Therefore, you would make more money from the child tax credit increase in the first year of your child's life than you would specifically.
Well, my son's not in the first year, so that wouldn't help me at all.
Do you have more than one child?
No.
No? Okay. So, the point is that there's not much of a distinction, and you're saying it was destroying you. You're such a fucking whiny baby. You're going to be fine either way, and you're trying to build up the trust fund. What are you talking about? Isn't that is that non-taxable?
Yeah, it's a credit, sure. That's what I'm saying, though. Instead of using that credit,
God, dude, this guy's such a whiny little baby, dude. It's unbelievable. You're like, oh my God, I want to increase taxes on working class Americans so that they don't have the ability to pay their fucking bills because I'm gonna have to pay a little bit of extra few thousand on the 200 grand over 400K that I made.
They got a fucking bigger deduction than I did.
No. I
literally got a bigger deduction than I did.
I have to pay a little bit more on the 600 grand that I paid. No. The working class Americans should pay more so that I don't have to pay more when I make 600 grand in a year. Make the working class pay more. Me, I need to pay less. I don't have enough money to put in my kids' trust fund.
Dude, I already pay 44% a year. I pay federal and state taxes.
Okay. So
that's substantially more than the people that you're talking about are paying. Just the amount that I paid in taxes last year was more than most Americans.
Wait, I have a question.
I can't say most, but the median American average income.
Hey, is your name Tommy?
No, my name is not Tommy.
Okay, that was just something Dean asked. Embarrassing. It's so embarrassing that you're like, oh my God, the few extra thousand that I'm going to have to pay out my $600,000 a year income. No.
Let me ask you this.
I'm going to have to pay 47% instead of 44. No.
How do you think wealth is built?
No. What's up?
How do you think wealth is built, Mr. Economics?
I think it's going to be by consumer base buying the products that businesses make, right? And trading in the context of the market, which then creates subjective value increases for both people that engage in the market transaction.
Okay, what about the people that don't have a product?
They buy products, they still benefit from that from a subjective value sense.
Okay, so that's not what I'm saying. What about the people that make their money not buying or selling a product?
Not buying or selling it? Okay, through income? I just told you they still do so because when they make their income, they benefit from engaging in that. That's another market transaction.
The wealthy build wealth by investing in assets and then allowing that asset to create a revenue stream, right? So whenever we look at things such as real estate, right, where you would take a percentage of your income and then you would go put that percentage of your income down on a property, mortgage that property so that you now have debt. That debt is making you money though, right? So you're saying that a measly $6,000. Yeah, well, what you don't know is that stops me from...
This is your personal income that you took out, that you paid yourself in salary, you whiny baby. If you wanted to keep it in your business, you wouldn't have paid yourself in salary. What a whiny baby. You don't even know how your own business operates?
Are you sure that you understand how business works?
Yes. I run a business myself.
Then you understand what misappropriation of funds is. Wait, I can't misappropriate my business funds, buddy.
You mean you can't spend your money on business expenses?
It's not a business expense. If I'm using the money to go buy an investment property under my company.
Okay, so then if it's not your company and you want to personally buy it, then it's not through the context of your company, right?
Okay, but I'm still paying that with my personal income, right? But I'm using my personal income for that, right? I'm misappropriating my business funds. I'm using my personal income.
I honestly don't care that you have $6,000 less. I would care more that people in the working class. I would care that people in the working class have that money, like through the child tax credit, through the housing tax credit that Kamala Harris is advocating for, the $25,000 tax credit for first-time home buyers for new homes, and the $6,000 child tax credit for the first year of a child's life, $3,600 through them being 5 years old, $3,000 through them being 18. Right, that's what I would care more about. I care more about the working class getting that money, and that will put more upward pressure on causing people to then buy investment properties.
Yeah, no, it's crazy how you keep using hypotheticals that are never going to happen. Like, oh well, if Kamala Harris, she didn't get fucking elected.
These aren't hypotheticals that wouldn't happen. These are things that she advocated for that she would have gotten passed in this context. You're saying that she wouldn't have got these things passed, yet Donald Trump would get his policies passed? That's so embarrassing.
That she didn't get elected.
Okay, she didn't get elected. I'm saying if she was elected, genius.
Yeah, well, fucking if, ands, and buts don't mean nothing.
No shit. That's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about what it would have been if a Democrat was in office. Are you that enabled to engage in the conversation?
We've seen what would happen already under Joe Biden, bro. They didn't fucking do any of that shit. She had to say so to get in there and advocate for everything that she said.
Because they vote on that in 2025, genius. And by the way, there was an expansion through the American Rescue Plan under COVID emergency policy to increase the child tax credit. But you didn't know that one, did you?
I'm sorry, I was reading one of your cult members. Can you repeat that?
So the American Rescue Plan increased the child tax credit under COVID emergency policy, but he just left. What the hell? Why did you just leave? The tax policy ends in 2025. That's what it was. So that's when they were going to vote on it again. Why did he just leave? Send a guest request back. You runner. What a runner, dude. What was his name? Why did he just run? Anti-liberal? I think that was his name. Come back into the app. He's so scared. He literally just ran. Allison, thank you so much for the $10. Zoe, thank you so much for the $2. I really appreciate it. Thank you. They said, please let everyone know that Planned Parenthood is matching all donations up to $225K for Giving Tuesday. Oh, that's great. That's amazing. Thank you so much for telling us. Caitlin, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Shelly, thank you for the $10 as well. Thank you. I have some people to thank on YouTube real quick. Then we'll go on to the next person real quick. I think Dean was going to join us here for like a few minutes here as well. Royland, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. And thank you so much for the $5. Royland again with the $5. Really appreciate it. Simon, thank you for the $5. Jacqueline, thank you so much for the $5. Air, thank you so much for the $5. Jewel, thank you so much. I really appreciate the £2. Emily, thank you for the $5. Gary, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you so much. I think I'm fully caught up. Let's go on to the next person real quick. Is Anti-Liberal in the guest box again? Yes, he is.
Yeah, my bad, man. I just tried to swipe to the bottom of the chat.
Did you accidentally swipe out? That makes sense.
Yeah, my bad.
I was like, why did he just leave? Did he get banned? I didn't see you get a message to get banned, so that's why I was like, what?
No, I was just trying to get to the bottom of the
You're
chat.
good, don't worry. What was the point you were trying to make?
You were actually talking.
Fuck, do you remember what I was saying?
In reference to the Child Care Act.
Oh, yeah. So they did so under the American Rescue Plan. They expanded the child tax credit. But they vote on it in 2025 for the whole new tax plan. That's what happened here under this admin. So they would have voted for that if Harris were in office.
So, okay, so that's what I was saying, though, is like, if we look at, like, obviously it was a 10-year plan under Donald Trump, so they had no authority to be able to change the tax plan there. That's not what I was saying at all. What I was saying is she would have been able to advocate under Joe Biden. Joe Biden was the initial person running, right? Like, Kamala Harris came in after. So if that was like a part of the Democratic's plan and it was such a good idea, then obviously she would have been advocating that to Joe Biden of like, listen, Joe, we need to preach on this because this is what Americans need. But she didn't do any of that. She let Joe Biden essentially walk himself off a cliff.
Did. The American Rescue Plan, I just told you, the American Rescue Plan.
Can I finish, or?
If you address what I said.
I mean, I heard what you said about the American Rescue Plan, but you weren't letting me finish my point.
That's something that she advocated for to get them to change policy. I can also reference the Inflation Reduction Act, the bipartisan infrastructure bill.
The Inflation Reduction Act, the Child Care Act, all of these things are things that they did not actively advocate for. And if they did,
yes, it is.
Then I never seen it.
Yes, they advocated for it.
I seen it after she became the primary.
Wait, they did advocate for it. You just did not actually like look at what they were saying. 2, all right, the policies were literally passed based upon her tie-breaking vote for the Inflation Reduction Act. You know that, right? Like, she was the deciding vote.
Okay. And did it reduce inflation?
Well, the name is a little bit misleading. It slightly reduces inflation in the long run. It's mainly about investing in renewable energy and reducing costs for pharmaceutical drugs.
Okay, so and calling something an Inflation Reduction Act and then it doesn't reduce inflation is crazy, right? And then the second point that I would make is...
If that's your best critique is, I don't like the name. The name is so bad. No, don't use that name.
Well, it's misleading. It's basically specifically named so that people like you like, oh, it's such a great thing.
Dude, I'm sorry. Your critique of the policy cannot just be the name.
I didn't even get to the
critique. Name one provision in the policy you disagree with.
You didn't let me get to the critique.
Name one provision in the policy you disagree with.
Okay, so again, like now I can get into the actual critique if you would allow me. Just because I didn't like the name of something, that's not the critique that I was making. I was saying like that's just misleading to say like, oh well, it's the induction or the Inflation Reduction Act. Like no, it's not. It's built for you to try to implement things such as renewable energy sources. Like oh, we're gonna turn the USA green. Like that's improbable. It doesn't even make sense. You could take 100 square miles of Arizona and literally power the entire United States, but the electricity would not travel far enough in order to do that. So you have to have strategically placed power plants all across the United States to meet the energy needs that we have. You can never do that.
And by the way, the Inflation Reduction Act doesn't say we're just using only renewable energy. It's the necessary investments into the infrastructure for renewable energy that will make us less energy dependent on foreign nations, and it will invest in the new idea of energy production that will allow for us to address the modern era, right? Rather than focusing and relying upon fossil fuels. You understand that we're not saying 100% move off of fossil fuels right now. We're saying, right, this is transitionary.
Yeah. So again, though, like look at the transitionary phase, right? Well, what was that phase? What was it, like 10 years or something? Like we're going to transition to renewable energy by 10 years, or what was it, 2020 or 2050 or some shit, right? Either way, whatever the time frame was, isn't enough. It's impossible. You can't convert over to renewable energy, even in 51% of the country. It's impossible. The reason for that is because the energy itself does not travel through the power lines far enough for that to be applicable. And then if you put solar panels in places such as Colorado or the North United States where it snows, half the year it's not going to work. Now we can move into wind power. Like there's crazy wind farms all over Texas and Oklahoma and Kansas, right? What are the exact consequences of those. Well, we see birds and other animals being hurt and unalived because of it. We see.
Oh my God! Act like you care about birds. Shut the fuck up, dude. I'm sorry. Windmills.
Giving you an example.
Actually, wind turbines specifically, right, are important things for being able to build up our energy production. You don't give a shit about the birds. And also, what about all the birds that are impacted by pollution or impacted by fossil fuels? Do you care about that?
Bro, you didn't let me finish the fucking point there. The birds isn't the major part of it, but what is a major part of it is the electrical current that's running under the ground that's built into the fucking wind turbine that now allows that conductive electricity to run through your ground. And what happened? Have you ever seen, I don't know how much you know about agriculture, but have you ever seen a farm that has power lines running through it, and everywhere else in the entire farm, it'll be lush, green, vibrantly green grass, and then right underneath that power line, it's like brown grass. Do you know why that is?
I'm sorry, so you want to get rid of power lines in rural areas?
Do you know why that is?
Yeah, get rid of power lines. Get rid of power lines in rural areas. Yeah, definitely. Sounds like a great idea.
What you're saying doesn't make sense. You can't transfer even 51% of the country to renewable energy. They don't have the means.
By the way, the Inflation Reduction Act doesn't even claim that. Name one provision within the Inflation Reduction Act that you disagree with.
The energy.
Wait, name one aspect, one provision in the Inflation Reduction Act that you disagree with, rather than, I just disagree with us doing this amount of renewable energy.
I just gave you one, and you just refused to hear the point.
What was the provision?
I told you, renewable energy, right?
That's not a provision.
And to convert to even 51%.
This isn't a provision.
Of the whole United States.
This is not a provision.
Okay, so then, because I don't know the provisions, is renewable energy not mentioned in the Inflation Reduction Act?
It is, but you're not telling me a specific.
Oh, shit balls, Batman.
This guy's so disingenuous. It mentioning renewable energy does not mean that's a provision. You're just saying renewable energy. That's not a provision. Okay, that's like me saying, it says fossil fuels, so they just want to do fossil fuels. No, it says fracking, therefore they just want to do fracking. No, that's one aspect of the bill, dude. Tell us a provision within the bill that you disagree with. If you can't tell us a bill.
He obviously doesn't know one. Hey, Tommy.
You're like,
Tommy, how you doing?
What did you say, Mr. What Dean?
Yeah, I said Tommy.
My name is not Tommy, bud.
Are you sure?
Positive. Would you like to see my driver's license?
Sure.
Give me 1 second.
I don't know why you'd show us your driver's license. Just show us your face, bro. Like, why would you show us your driver's license? We don't need to see your driver's license.
I'm just going to show you the name.
Just show me your face.
I'm not going to show you my whole driver's license, buddy.
We don't care to see your driver's license. We want to see your face.
No. The only way that you can know my name is if I show you my driver's license.
Can't you just show us your face? And then wouldn't he be able to tell based upon that? Jacob, thank you so much for the $5. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Sure, though. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Jacob. Thank you. Thank you. Allison, thank you so much for the $10 as well. Thank you so much.
I don't know if you can see it too well, but my name is not Tommy.
Can you just show us your face, bro? I don't know why you did that.
Because you said my name was Tommy. My name is not Tommy. I just proved to you without a shadow of doubt that my name is not Tommy.
Just show your face.
No.
Well, why would you show your name but not your face? Why would you show your government name but not your face?
What does it matter? I just proved to you that my name is not Tommy.
Dude, I don't know. You understand that's a nickname on TikTok that you were utilizing at the time, probably. Okay?
Yeah. I've debated this guy a handful of times. He's really disingenuous. He doesn't like to be proven wrong. The first time I debated him, it was about, what percentage of an undocumented immigrant's income they set out of the country.
Hey, respectfully, you're full of shit, man. I've never even talked to you before.
And if you'll just give me a minute.
I'm going to spew more propaganda.
And then he gave me a source for his claim, and then I was able to debunk the shit out of it using his own source, and they're still arguing it. And then the second time I had him up on the live, when Santana was there, and we got onto a conversation about Black Americans, he was just being incredibly racist. And I mean, I guess it's possible that this is somebody else. However,
100%. Dude, I've never
it is
spoken
somebody
to you.
else. They have an identical voice. They seemingly have identical life experience.
I'm sick as fuck right now. You're saying they haven't.
They seemingly have like identical like life experience of owning businesses, and they also have identical interests insofar as like being like pretty well educated on like propaganda talking points surrounding the economic policy of the Trump administration. So I mean, I'd say that there's a high likelihood this is the same person.
Now, would you like to put your money where your mouth is, Mr. Liar?
Would I like to put money where my mouth is? Well, I mean, I don't really know how I
just made the claim of I'm this fucking guy, Tommy. Clearly not Tommy, but I mean, would you like to bet on it, Mr. Dean?
Well, I'm not really sure how it could be like falsified further.
Well, I mean, for one, I proved to you that my name is not Tommy. For two, I've never spoken to you outside of this particular live here, so 100% you're full of shit. You can go look on my account, whatever you want. I mean, I've never spoken to you before, so. And then, like you said, like, oh, he has an identical voice. Dude, I'm sick as a dog right now. I've been throwing up and coughing my ass off for fucking like 5 days in a row right now. So to say someone has an identical voice to me is fucking crazy.
I don't know, man. I'm going to stick by that conviction.
I mean, you stick by all falsehoods as I've seen here, so okay. Now, do you want to get back to the point, or are we gonna continue debating if whether or not I'm this fucking random person named Tommy?
Show your face, or I'll kick you.
Okay, fucking kick me. I'm not gonna show your cult leaders my fucking face.
Cult leaders? What does that even mean, bro? My cult, W Parker Cult. Can we get some W's for the Parker Cult in the comment section right now? W's for the Parker Cult in the comment section right now. Tommy's big mad. Let's get one more person up here, and then I think Dean said he would go live here pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to hop on. I still need to make up my thumbnail and everything, but I hope I join from it before we do.
All right, well, we will go live until you go live, and then we'll send everyone over to you. And then maybe I'll join for a little bit. I think I have a little bit of time today.
Yeah, man, feel free. Always fun. Always fun to have you.
W Parker Cole in the comment section. Oh, Dean, I got to tell you, I got someone to say that they didn't want Arabic numerals to be taught in school the other day.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that you posted. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, no Arabic numerals. No Arabic numerals.
Can't teach those. Those are unnecessary.
Get that shit out of here. This is America. We need to teach America numerals.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, what's up?
How old are you?
42.
Do you support Trump?
I can't lie, but no, I don't support him.
Alrighty, base. Let's go on the next individual real quick. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria. List in the TikTok screen. What happened to that one guy that was like super angry at me right away when joining, and then like literally like left randomly? Beverly, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much for the Colt. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. The Colt dues are coming in today, everyone. The Colt dues are coming in.
Oh, something else. Dude, I saw somebody react to the whole Zoran Mamdani Arabic numerals bit by saying that this is America, and because it's America, nobody should be quote-unquote speaking Muslim. Therefore, we shouldn't have the Arabic numbers.
Dude, that's just so crazy, man. That's so crazy. That's such a crazy thing to say. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 22.
Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
What's your birth year?
2003.
And
July.
July? Okay, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Donald Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Because his beliefs, he believes that trans people are not what they claim to be. And I don't think trans women are women or trans men are men. I think it's a delusion.
I have a question. What state do you live in? You sound British.
No, so my parents are, well, my dad is Caribbean and my mom is from Chicago. I stay in Chicago.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious. For some reason, I thought you sounded British. What was the reason you said you support Trump?
His beliefs and my beliefs, so trans people not being
Okay, so a few things. What policy do Democrats support that has anything to do with that?
Basically, same-sex marriage. I don't think it's right, and I think Trump was against it, so I'm against it as well.
Okay, so what's wrong with same-sex marriage?
It's morally wrong. So it's unnatural. So basically, a man and a man cannot make a child, a woman and a woman cannot make a child. So therefore, it is not natural. Oh, natural is basically something that humans can basically interfere with.
Can I ask you a question? So, would it be unnatural for me to get married to someone who was born without a uterus, who is still biologically female?
I mean, if they're still biologically female, then that means it's normal.
Wait, but they can't have children. So, under your view, it's unnatural because we can't have children.
So you're basically saying that just because one person doesn't have something that makes it not a description or definition for all women?
No, it's not a description or for all women, but for this particular woman, right? So again, what you're not understanding is intercourse. I gave it to someone who...
I said it's not natural. That's not the way of life. It's something that humans cannot interfere with. It's basically nature. And if you don't mind, can I ask you a question?
You said something that doesn't exist in nature? Is that what you said?
No, I said it's nature and stuff that humans can basically interfere with.
Wait, repeat that one more time. Sorry, I wasn't understanding.
Nature is like basically nature that humans cannot interfere with.
Nature that humans cannot interfere with. Okay, so do you know that penguins have gay relationships and then literally raise children in those relationships?
You can't compare human beings to animals because they don't have the mind.
But you just said natural. You just said natural.
So can I ask you a question, if you don't mind? So what were the two genders of the first people on Earth?
Who were the two genders of the first two people on Earth?
Or the first, full sex of the first two people.
Actually, by the way, you know the first two humans on Earth could have been male or female? We don't know? I don't believe in Adam and Eve.
It had to be male and female.
No? Because there's going to be some...
So how did the world get populated?
No, listen. There's going to be some transition, right, between different species at a particular point. It's not necessarily the case that there's just going to be two people that existed and then everyone results from those two people. I don't believe in Adam and Eve.
I mean, I'm not claiming that it's Adam and Eve. I'm just saying in order for the population to start, it had to start with at least two people, so a male and a female, right?
There had to be reproduction between them in order for that to happen? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Sure. What's your point?
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So if it started off with male and female, someone had to say, hey, I'm going to like my same gender. And that's why it turns into interference with mankind. So it's not natural, it's unnatural.
I don't see how it's interference with mankind. You just didn't really justify that. So then, do you think it's a choice to be gay?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So could you choose to find me sexually attractive right now?
Yeah, if I wanted to, I could say, "Hey, Dean, you're a very handsome guy."
My name's Parker.
I want to.
So could you choose to find your own mother sexually attractive?
Say that again.
Could you choose to find your own mother sexually attractive?
If I wanted to, but I choose not to. I never said that I found my
So to
mother.
clarify, you have to actively choose not to find your mom sexually attractive?
Do you know what is free will?
No, I'm just asking, do you have to actively choose to find your mom not sexually attractive? Because I don't have to make that choice. I just don't.
Yeah, we make choices every day.
Okay. So
it's
the next
free,
question.
do you know what is free will?
Wait, hold on. Could you choose to find a dog sexually attractive?
Free will? Yes, I could do anything.
I just want to let you know there's no possible reality where I could choose to find a dog sexually attractive. That's all you, man. That's
why is your comment section calling me sick? Like I said, I would do it. All I said is I have the free will. You guys have the free will.
Because no one else in the live has the ability to choose to find a dog sexually attractive. That's crazy.
I never said I did it. I just said
you just said that you just said that you have the ability to.
Everybody has. I could do. Parker, could you not say, "Hey, that dog is cute"?
What? We're talking about sexually attractive. There's a difference between calling a dog cute and saying it's sexually attractive, you weirdo.
So would you be?
How am I a weird?
So,
What did you say?
Can you choose to find a combination mixture of dog shit and horse feces sexually arousing?
If a sick person decides to, then
We're asking you, could you do that?
Anybody can. It's called free will.
I can't. No, we can't.
Free will.
Dude.
We cannot.
Dude, come on, man. You know you're being disingenuous.
No, I'm just speaking facts. It's called free will. No matter how you take it.
This guy has a superpower. He can find dog shit sexually attractive. What the fuck is that? That's crazy.
How am I weird?
We have free will insofar as we could freely choose to engage in actions well within our like abilities or potential action set. So like, although we have free will, like I can't like freely choose to like jump to the moon and back, right? Because that's not right, like an action available within the potential actions that I could possibly engage.
You choose not to do it, but you could do it.
What, could I choose to fly like Superman?
It's not possible for a human being to fly.
Okay, so that's the point that I'm saying. It's not possible for me as a human being to find dog shit sexually attractive. That's not possible for me to choose, okay?
I'm just trying to show you. I'm just like trying to say, hey, we all have free will. I can choose to jump off a bridge. I can choose to backflip over a car. It's called free will. I would not. Would I want to do it? No.
Dude, those are actions you can choose to engage in. We're talking about sexual attraction.
Yeah, I could choose who I'm attracted to. So you're telling me I could sleep with a man and not be
Have you ever had a crush that didn't like you back?
Huh?
Have you ever had a crush that didn't like you back?
I mean, nah. You?
Yes, obviously I've had crushes that didn't like me back. Obviously, I feel like that's like a very like typical human experience. Have you ever had like, you know, like an ex-partner, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend that you like were still really like deeply in love with and really attracted to, but they didn't want to be with you?
No.
No? Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like you're just being disingenuous. Like,
so you're reading my mind.
Both of like the two things that I just described are like very like typical like human experiences, right? Like I understand that maybe not everybody's been in like a relationship before. I'm not gonna say that's like highly unlikely, but like definitely, right? I feel like most people have either had a crush that didn't like them back, or have had an ex-partner that they were still in.
But that's a claim. I could make the same claim, but is it true? You don't know who I am. You don't know me. So
my claim was that like most people have had this experience, which I feel like is true.
But what does it have to do with me?
Like yeah. Well, have you ever like wanted to be with somebody that didn't want to be with you?
No. What, you want me to say yes? So it could,
have you ever like just wanted to be with anybody ever?
Yeah.
And like every time you've wanted to be with somebody, they also wanted to be with you.
Yeah, because I only got like in like at least one relationship before.
So like you've never been rejected?
No.
No. Okay. I don't know. I find that unlikely.
I mean, you can't read my mind, so.
Well, that's why I'm saying I find it unlikely. If I could read your mind, then I'd say I find that to be certainly false. But because I can't read your mind, I'm just saying that I find that unlikely. Unless like you're like aromantic, asexual, I would argue that that's like an unlikely experience.
Yeah. So I just want to get back to like the real like. So what makes a trans woman a woman, or what makes a trans?
Wait. You know, you were arguing that gay marriage is wrong. Okay, we were trying to show you that you were trying to argue that it was unnatural. And we were showing you that based upon your definition, one, it's not unnatural. And two, right, this idea that you have that it's a choice that people can choose to be gay is a ridiculous idea. If it was a choice for people to find sexual attraction, well, then plenty of women would choose to not find men sexually attractive. But they can't do that. You know how many women in the comment section would choose to stop finding men sexually attractive if they could do that?
They could.
They can't. You tell them that. You tell them that right now. All the women in the comment section choose to not find all those other disgusting men not sexually attractive anymore.
Yeah,
they would choose to do it.
You don't have discipline, ladies. You
What type of pivot was that?
You got cooked. You were talking.
Are you okay? Beat me on. Because he couldn't define what a man was. Because under his definition, right? All he could say is you're looking at one. He couldn't give me an actual definition because when he said XY chromosomes, well, that's not actually applicable because God the Father, who we use he/him pronouns to refer to, does not have XY chromosomes.
Hold on. Don't mute me on a minute. All right. So basically, you're saying
that was just for fun.
You're saying because not all women of XX chromosomes make that not a description for a woman?
No. The point I was making is that he utilizes.
I mean, it is a valid.
Listen. He utilizes gender in a non-biological sense in reference to God, utilizing his preferred pronouns and calling him a father, even though he has no biology that represents that.
Jesus Christ did come down. And
we're talking about God the Father, which is prior to incarnation. I clarified that in the debate if you watched it.
Jesus is God. And you pivot.
We're talking about prior to incarnation, genius.
What? You pivoted in the debate. He wasn't even talking about that.
Well, yes, we were. He wasn't. The first question he asked me was, what is a woman? I answered it. And then I asked him what a man was. And I showed him, based upon his own definition of a man, that he doesn't utilize a biological sense of the term. And then all he could say is, oh, you're looking at one. Right? The whole meme. The meme that he would do is he'd ask someone what a woman is. And then they'd just say, oh, you're looking at one. Or, oh, it's people over there. Or things like that without providing a definition. That's exactly what he did. He got dunked on.
You're just talking over his voice the whole entire time. It's like, bro.
Because he wasn't making sense. So your only argument against me was I was talking over him? That's not an argument, okay?
You were. You wouldn't even let him talk, and then when
I did,
you let him talk, you would pivot. Yes,
I did, and I dunked on him. He got dunked on. You can't even name a single point he beat me on. You can't even name a single point he beat me on.
Yeah, he said he defined what a woman was, and then you just pivot. You turn it into.
I answered the question right away, and then I asked him. Wait. I answered the question right away, and then asked him the same question. Okay, and he couldn't do it.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. What the heck, bro? I watched the whole thing.
I did too, and I literally showed him how he wasn't using a biological sense of the term.
Well, anyway, bro, you guys, I don't know. Dean is a better debater, bro. Dean is better.
Were you just gonna pivot every single time you get dunked on? They just left. What? Dude, that's so embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. He left after getting cooked and then just said, Dean's actually a better debater. You know what? That's so true.
I'm a better debater than you. You're done, kid. You're done, pal.
I know, right? I'm cooked. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 22.
Do you support Trump?
Yep.
What's your birth year?
2003.
Okay, and you said you're how old again?
22.
And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Because he supports systematic violence to a lesser degree.
Like such as?
Oh, I completely
taxation. Or not that he supports it, he's benefited from, I should say.
Taxation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
okay,
you know that
taxation is theft, system of violence.
So tariffs are also theft. You understand that he imposed the greatest level of tax increase that we've seen in U.S. history by imposing tariffs?
But he doesn't benefit from them. Like,
he did. He actually reduced tariffs on Switzerland so they get a gold bar and a Rolex clock.
Okay, but Kamala Harris, she was a district attorney who worked for the government for a long time.
Was that an argument or something? What type of pivot was that?
Well, because, fuck it.
Are you just going to run away now? Or you got nothing else? He literally ran away.
By the way, I'm almost ready to go live. Just still working on the thumbnail.
Alrighty, for sure. We'll make sure to send everyone to you once you do. If you want to support me or Dean Ever in Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. My Cash App is still down, everyone. Just letting everyone know, my Cash App is still down. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Let's get this next person up here.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's been down, and I sent an appeal, and I haven't got it back yet.
What is it down for?
Literally no reason. They just closed it, and then just said, "Oh, appeal it if you can."
Oh yeah, no. Remember when that happened to me like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah, they did the same thing. They did the same thing to my old lady.
King, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 50, brother. How you doing? I'm sorry.
And do you support Donald Trump?
I support Donald Trump on one thing, but not on everything.
No, like if you could go back in time and you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, who would you rather vote for?
Neither.
Okay. We are just looking for people who in that context would vote for Donald Trump, everybody. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Everyone's trying to get to 3,000 likes. I'd really appreciate everyone. Shelly, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much for first Colt. Kind of nervous. Thank you so much. Corley, thank you so much for the $5. Cordelia, thank you $1. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I didn't mean to go up here.
Okay. Let's go to the next individual real quick. Do give it a second, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Oh, Dean, I also lost my main account yesterday. You probably already noticed that, but for 3 days.
Do you have the account warning yet?
What's up?
Do you have the account warning yet?
No, I don't actually.
Okay, yeah, I've been having to do like the restarts because of it again.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
27.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Well, Trump? Okay, so why do you support Trump?
Because I'm a fucking idiot.
Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Alrighty, let's go on the next individual quick. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Again, everyone, we are just looking for some debates. Oops. Alrighty. Again, if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, everyone. I think right now we're at actually about 2,000 likes, everyone. So let's try to get to 3,000 if we can, everyone. 3,000 before we have the stream. I doubt we'd be able to, but I'd appreciate it. Marku, thank you so much for the $11 on PayPal. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Marku. Thank you. Alrighty, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen.
Yo, I know you guys are about to go live. I'm going to use the opportunity to say I love you. I love you, D.
Appreciate you very much. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen, everyone.
How do you still like so much energy like 4 hours in?
I don't know, man. Honestly, I was losing energy halfway through, and somehow I gained it.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, you looked really done earlier.
It's because I was just getting trolls, and I wasn't actually getting debates for like a while. And I was a bit overstimulated when I first hopped on. I'm also not getting elevated, so that definitely...
Dude, maybe the elevation will help.
It does. It really helps. I'm not going to lie. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Why not? One, I'm sick, and two, I'm honestly just trying to reduce it.
Hey, good for you, man.
Yeah. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm 22. I'm from Oregon State.
And do you
How old are you? I do.
And if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Donald Trump. Again and again. And if I could poll what you guys like to call undocumented citizens, obviously, if I could poll one of them and vote multiple times, I would do it for Trump again and again and again if I could.
Well, you just said that you'd break federal election laws for Trump?
Well, that's what all these liberals like to do. And
wait, so you're saying because other people do it, you want to do it too?
So then would you use it as a reason to commit murder because other people commit murder?
If you jump off the cliff, if your buddy does.
Well, I mean, it seems like
okay, you're not going to pull that shit on me.
Seems like I'm
going to be pulling that shit on me.
Wait, honestly, Parker, I'm ready to go live. You want to bring Henry over to my stream?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, but I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, bring him over. Yeah, bring him over.
Yo, Henry. I have a question.
Yo, buddy.
Do you think I'm paid by the DNC?
I don't know. I'm not the one. I'm not looking at your bank account every day. I don't look at that. I don't know. How would I know?
Okay, I was just curious. Do you think I have a real job?
I don't know. I don't know. Do your hands ever get dirty?
Nope.
Sounds like a liberal job, but I guess it is still technically a job, not a real man job, though.
What's a real man job?
Henry, I have calluses. I have calluses on my hands. Does that make me a real man?
What do you got, calluses on your hands? Because you got a little Planet Fitness and curl them little 10-pound dumbbells, bud?
Look at those two calluses on those knuckles. Look at the two calluses on those knuckles.
Well, how'd you get those from? You're jerking it too much?
No, man, I got them from benching 225 like a real man, Henry. Can you bench 225? Are you drinking on too many of those little soy lattes, Henry?
I've done 225 for 15 reps.
Yeah,
I can't
in
do
your
it right
dreams,
now.
pal. In your dreams, pal.
Hey, I'll send you a video on it. I'll send you a video.
Oh, how are you recording yourself if you were benching 225, buddy?
Buddy, have you ever heard of someone else videoing for you?
Wait, but Henry, you're acting like you have friends. You don't have friends, buddy, in your dreams.
Listen,
buddy.
chat. This is what your little liberal host like to do.
You could use 135, buddy.
Yeah, I curl that.
You curl 135 in your dreams, buddy.
135
I would be
curls.
able to. I could pick you up and lift you over my head and press you multiple times I want. So I'm way bigger than you in real life.
Henry, how do you feel? I'm more of a real man than you.
Hey, what size shoe do you wear? What size shoe?
Hey, Henry, how do you feel? I'm more of a real man than you.
I wear size 13.
I wear size 14.
No, you don't. Stand up.
Because you're not a real man. You don't have real man feet like me.
All right, I'm ready to hop on live. Henry,
I'm ready to have a real debate. To say something smart for once. Holy shit.
Hey, Henry, do you want to continue this conversation over on my live stream?
Yeah, buddy, go ahead. And send me the little invite. I'll click accept.
Okay, are you following me?
No, I don't follow.
Well, I'll tell him where to go, dude. I'll tell him where to go.
Bud.
All right. Well, Henry,
Your little account there and wait.
Listen, Parker can tell you where to go. I just worry that you're not going to be able to follow his instructions.
Where do I go?
Just hit the little follow button. Just hit the little follow button next to my name right below. You can unfollow me after, okay?
Yeah. No, that's actually exactly what I was about to say. I'll follow you for now, and then I'll unfollow you right after I'm done debunking your whole worldview.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun, Henry. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna go do that now. All right. I'll see you soon. Henry. See you soon, Parker.
I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Henry, I have a question, man.
Yeah, buddy, go ahead.
Why don't I have a real man job?
Well, you sit up here. Listen, I'll give it to you. I'll condemn that one. I'll concede or whatever the hell you little debaters say. You got a job, buddy. Congrats.
Oh, you just said I don't have a real man job. So what is a real man job?
Something that I don't know. Actually, I think it's probably I don't know.
POT, thank you so much for the $5 for the real man job. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for it, Mark. I really appreciate the $5 as well. Thank you so much for the real man job. Chris with the $10 for the real man job. Thank you so much, Chris. Can we get some W's for Chris for the real man job in the comment section right now? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Rainey, thank you for the $5 for the cold dues. Ben, thank you so much. I really appreciate the membership subscription. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Holy Chad, do you ever get tired of this guy?
No, they don't actually.
Jeez, dude.
And wait, what, you think I'm begging for money right now?
Sounds like it. Holy, dude.
Watch this then. Actually, everyone, please do not send me any money. Do not send me a single dollar right now. Please don't do it, everyone. Stop sending me money. Please, everyone. Don't do it.
Dude, I like that more.
Don't do it. Don't send me any more money. Please don't. Please don't. Please do not send me any more money. I don't want any more money. No, Siri, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much, Siri. Oh my God, no. Stop sending me money. Siri, no, please. Don't, no. Squid, thank you for the hand on. Oh my God, no. No! Susan with the $10, no! Manny Maniac, thank you for the $2, no! Scribble with the $2 for not sending money, no! No! No, Anna, thank you for the $5 for You Can't Stop Me, Parker, no! No, stop sending me money! Priscilla, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. Please stop. No. T, thank you for the $2.50. No, please stop. Carmen with the $2 for the fake money. Please stop. Please stop. He told me to stop, everyone. He told me to tell everyone not to send me donations. Cassie, thank you for the $10. Jenna with the $10. No. They're telling me I'm robbing them. No, I'm not. Stop sending me your money. Stop it right now. Rainey, thank you for the $2. Don't tell me what to do, Parker. No. No. Taylor, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. No, don't send me money. Stop it. AB with the air dancer, please. No. Oh no, Sarah with the $1 for no. Natasha with the $20 for no. Stop right now, please. Thank you so much. They said, fuck you, Henry.
Yeah, this is absolutely pathetic.
Molly, thank you for the $10 for not the real money. No. Carmen with the $2. Thank you so much. Anna with the $5. Alex, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. Eric with the $5. Tricky with the $2 for I didn't want to. No, my gosh, they're literally, they won't stop. I told them, Henry, I told them not to send me money. Decito, thank you for the $5. Minnie with the $20. Thank you so much for when you say don't, I must. Samantha, thank you for the $2. Lucas with the $20. Thank you so much. Stop right now. Please, please, please keep it. Do not do it. He told me to stop. I'm trying to stop. Natasha, thank you for the $3 for fuck off Henry. Oliver with the $15 for take my fake money. No.
Hey, buddy, this is real pathetic.
Sarah with the $1. No. No. Please stop.
This is the most pathetic thing I've ever seen, dude.
Please
This is
stop.
seriously the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life.
Henry,
Hey,
Henry,
I don't
I'm
have
telling
time
them to
for these
stop
little
right now, Henry.
shenanigans.
Henry, I'm telling them to stop right now, and they won't. They won't stop. WRS, thank you so much for $5. Simon, thank you for the $2 for Here's No Money. Cheesy, thank you for the $2. Linda with the $10, thank you so much. Emily, thank you for the $10. Shelly with the $5, thank you so much. Jen with the $1. Kelly with the $2. Oh my God, no!
Someone clip this. Send it to his
Pop,
parents
thank you
or
for the
something.
$10 for stop getting into my account, Parker. No! Rachel with the $2. Natasha with the $3. No! I told them, Henry. I promise you, man. I told them. I told them to stop. Henry, actually, I think this is you causing this.
Hey, little buddy.
Wait, Henry, are you sending me money right now?
Little buddy. Hey, I don't.
Paying with the $50 payment. Thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much for Henry's crusty ass. That's crazy. Morgan, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Dwayne with the $5 to piss off Henry.
Am I gonna go debate your little
Alex,
buddy?
thank you so much for the $2. Thank you so much. This is embarrassing, Parker. I know. He keeps doing it. Priscilla, thank you so much for the $2 as well. Thank you. Sarah,
Right.
thank you for the 50
I'm gonna
cents.
go debate your
Thank
other
you for
little
the
guy
$5.
over there. I'm gonna go
Run
debate
away,
your
buddy.
little buddy.
Run away. Dean's waiting.
Are you gonna join? Am I gonna have to debunk both of you? Or are you gonna come join, or are you gonna stay here with your little crowd?
I'll come join.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hop over to his live then and start making him fucking cry in front of all your little viewers. All right?
Is that what you were just
break
doing?
him down?
Henry, you were literally just crying on my live stream.
Hey, goodbye. Goodbye.
Oh, run away.
Goodbye.
Run away. Run away.
I'll see you on his. Goodbye.
Run away, Henry. Run away.
Debate me on his. Come debate me on his.
Run away, Henry. Jesus Christ. Lauren, thank you for the $5. Heather, thank you for the $10 as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Amy, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you. Taylor, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. Everyone, thank you for coming through to the live today. I appreciate everyone. We're going to go join Dean right now. Look up Dean Withers, Parker Raid, spam Parker. Spam, what should we do? What should we do? What should we spam? We should spam something unique. Spam L. Henry. Let's spam some L. Henrys in his chat, okay? I want to see some L. Henrys. All right, we'll be right back, everyone. I love y'all. I'll see y'all soon.